Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with Podcastic. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcast and content creators.
Oh yeah, into the world of Mocha Aesthetics. Located at 19376 James Cousin, Detroit, Michigan. It's a sanctuary where self-care meets luxury. We provide a safe, comfortable, and relaxing environment where you can unwind while receiving top quality service. From expert Brazilian waxes to meticulous Russian manicures. Call and make your appointment now, 248-910-3537.
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Rise and grind, wanna show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday, great conversation, guest appearances, cause you experience us on the cusp of blowing up. Boom. Wake up, wake up. Rise and grind, morning show.
Welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show, y'all. This is what we do every Monday through Friday, 9:15 and beyond. You know what it is. Shani might have changed the topic since our inside. We're not gonna talk about that on the show. This is a family oriented show.
I would say you see a lot of stuff on different posts and reels and stuff. Shout out to social media, always giving us ideas and hot topics. You know.
Somebody got mad at me yesterday because all the fathers are missed saying Happy Father's Day. From now on, every day is Father's Day and every day is Mother's Day for me. Okay, so Sharice, Happy Mother's Day. So because one thing I learned is that we have been tricked, and again, I posted a thing about the Jay-Z Target thing, and people lost their damn mind. And I said we need to learn how to beat systems instead of trying to beat on each other, right? So when Juneteenth was around, Juneteenth need to be every day, and that people start using it so they can start making merchandise and hustling our heritage. We need to stop hustling our heritage because we ain't walking around with the elements of our spirits, which is, the Medgar Evers, the Marcus Garveys, the Martin Luther Kings, the Harriet Tubmans. Those are the elements of our heritage, and we don't be doing that every day. And when we do Juneteenth, it's a celebration. They always want us celebrating. They want to see our dances and everything like that, and all we do is make shirts and try to sell them. And it's not good for the culture to sell on something that means so much to us. We can celebrate, and let's just celebrate and let it be our celebration. We don't have to let the world know what we're doing or other people know what we're doing. And that's all I got to say. Just love. Let's learn how to love who we are and live. And then live without the hustle and live for the progression. Majority of people don't even know what Juneteenth means. They don't even know.
Yeah, I mean,
Said that's right. Every day. And another thing is, T, if you're a father, happy Father's Day, brother. Another thing is that when people know what you're gonna do, they know how to stop you too. So that's what we have to think about, in real life. Juneteenth, the Father's Day, I had seen not one tent put up on Nan Corner. Not a one.
I didn't even see the gift baskets. Like, I swear on my timeline,
I didn't see watermelon baskets.
I didn't see not one gift basket for men.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
I seen some, and that's only
good.
because
You using white people in.
No. I went to work with him just it was Father's Day, and lately he hasn't been wanting me to work just to make sure I don't mess up my back. But I went because it was Father's Day, and I didn't want him to have his whole day taken to work. So let me go, and it would lessen the hours of being out there. And after being out there for maybe 30 minutes, he said, "It's Father's Day. I'm over this. Let's take the long way home." So we went to a new spot, ate there. No. We went to an old school spot and ate there. And we took Grand River all the way to
Chicago.
to where it actually cut off, hopped then on Jefferson and took Jefferson
Back.
So I did see some stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot, but I did see a couple of things.
But that's good. But what I tell people was that, and I don't think it's a deliberate, but I definitely think it's a deliberate act. Juneteenth took over the shine of Father's Day.
Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not,
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, I mean, because listen, they didn't have the only people who had specials on Father's Day was Home Depot and Lowe's. So I mean, these are things we had.
And that was
said they
the
were
one
the
you
only
to sign up
two?
for the credit card.
Man, yes. I mean, basically, I ain't saying for sure. Like this is all facts, like 100%.
You.
I mean, because you can't hear us.
It's the
Well, maybe your cord is disconnected, sweetie. Just
That's
looking.
why I don't like I don't like getting guys stuff for Home Depot on Father's Day.
yeah.
For Lowe's.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
People kick things out.
We back in the game.
You just making the game.
I'm like, cause I ain't even
I was
kicking
gonna
up.
say-
My feet been
I was
still.
gonna say we back in the game, coach.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
That happened from yesterday, and some idiot was just sitting there. I can't hear through the
Okay, I'm
whole
gonna
show.
start checking it every day then.
Oh my God. Well, good morning, everyone.
Yes,
I'm
good
glad
morning.
you made it here
Yeah,
on this rainy Monday.
rainy day.
But we here.
One thing I noticed, my street must got sewage problems because my whole street was flooded from the second block to the next to the block I'm on.
Jeez.
Was it?
Yes, I'm like, okay, good neighborhood,
Yeah,
bad
water
sewage,
main
no
breaks be a
problem.
thing.
They said Chick-fil-A
Hey,
has free
Terrence.
meals for y'all.
Okay.
But not
Shout out
on
to
Sunday.
social media.
Hold on, but not on Sunday.
I think that was the
That was yeah, because you went there, nobody was there.
What if this was a special where they had it open? But yeah.
No, they didn't. They wouldn't.
know.
They did.
I mean, fathers get a lot of slack.
Yeah.
I just y'all.
Yeah.
Father's Day. I'm sorry for y'all.
Okay.
That's
so I
okay.
have a
You know,
question for
it's
you
up to
guys.
it's up to the women who believes in
has-
Father's Day.
Shout out
We
to
got
Miss
to
Monique.
make it stronger.
Shout out to Miss Monique.
It's always up to the
She made
women.
dinner for She made dinner for the men here to eat on Father's Day together. That was dope.
That was
Shout out
dope.
to Miss Monique.
I wish I
for
would have knew
that.
about that. That was dope.
That's so real. Shout out to Miss
But
Monique.
I think it is up to women to recognize the fathers
Yeah.
and to make it special for fathers. I think it's always been up to the women. They just choose not to because
Yeah.
they mad at who they chose to have a baby by.
That's
Very true.
Now I have a question. How do you guys
Say it
feel if you
again.
don't get the recognition that you are expecting from?
You shouldn't be expecting anything because when
about
you
fathers?
expect
Well, not the
anything,
recognition, but you know how
Acknowledgement.
yeah, or just you know how
I
we be
mean,
like, oh my
it's-
God,
it's-
thank you so much, that's so sweet.
It's biblical.
When a guy does from when a girl does for a guy or whatever the case may be, he may be like, oh, that's cool, thanks. All right.
Some people don't know how to receive acknowledgement. So
Yeah.
I
So I'm just
and
asking
some,
how do you
and some
guys feel
people
about
don't
that?
like it either. They don't like
That's true.
the spotlight on them. For my dude,
Facts.
prior to Father's Day, I bought his Father's Day stuff. He got it. And on Father's Day, my job was just to make him as relaxed as possible. Anything that I might wanted to have talked about was not going to be talked about on Father's Day.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, I already catered to him, so he's used to that. But I just, it was about him. What you want to do? What's your move? How do you want, and I would say some men don't like that we, as their woman, we make their plans for Father's Day. No, it's Father's Day. Ask them, what do you want to do today?
They just want to be left alone. Just leave them alone.
In most cases, they just want to be left alone. In most cases, I think that's how I should operate in every relationship.
leave 'em
Back and forth.
alone.
Ask a man and or a woman, what do they want to do?
For you to leave me alone.
Yeah, there you go.
And I don't feel bad for you wanting to leave me alone.
And let me tell you, whatever
out to Lake.
conversation
Glad to
he
hear
brought
that.
up, regardless
with
if I
it.
didn't like
Yeah.
it, the subject or not, hey, okay, you want to talk about this? Let's talk about it.
I just find it interesting that the fathers on Father's Day have to have the kids and the mothers on Mother's Day don't.
Right.
And that is ridiculous.
Like, it's very, very
Yeah,
interesting.
I feel like
It
it
is.
should be an option indoor choice. Like if they do want to celebrate, or maybe the first half of the day and the second half of the day they can go, and do whatever it is that they want to do.
We gotta
Or
get. We
You
gotta
know
get,
who you sound like?
that's when the village step in.
You
and
sound
give
like
them
a lot
day.
of mothers who go, for the moms who don't want their kids on Mother's Day, why can't you just split the day? Because I don't want to.
Well, see,
It's
I
Mother's
personally,
Day.
if I was
It's
a
the
mom,
day
I
that
think
I'm
I
not
would
a mama.
probably split the day. I would want to spend the time with my child because they who made
There's
who made me
perfect.
mom.
Right.
You
and
go,
then
girl.
I would want to just do my own thing.
Because I'm not doing nada.
Personally, I do feel like the children should be celebrating the parents,
There you
in
go.
general.
That's what. That's
really
what
what
it's
it's
meant.
about.
Get your arts
That's
and
what it's meant
crafts.
for.
So I
Get
do
your
feel
noodle,
like, as the mother,
Girl, them noodle
depending
cards.
on how old the child is,
I still got all mine.
you're gonna help them make
Yeah.
Daddy's Day
The-
special. But when they get older, you ain't my daddy.
Right.
I'm sorry, you just not my daddy.
Right.
It's just-
Happy Father's Day, but you ain't my father.
I mean, listen, that's
and
how
you
I
right.
kind of
Like-
feel.
Yeah, like
Like-
they want their children because some of them want to just take pictures.
Right. And go home.
No
And
no
then
tea and
go
a match
feed them.
outfit.
Like some of them, the ones that I think are like really, really involved, they don't really want to be bothered.
They don't wanna
But
be
the
bothered.
ones who really not involved like that, they want to go get them so they can take pictures. Like, look at me, I'm a father.
Yeah.
Yeah. And moms are like, it's moms out there too who do not have
but-
custody of their children, and they do that on Mother's Day. Let me go see my kid this time on
Yeah. But let me
This
say
day.
this. I think every day
See,
is
she
Mother's
said,
Day.
I'm the primary parent, so Mother's Day is for me to relax.
Absolutely.
So,
Relax without your kids.
Again, like,
Again,
but
it
I don't
doesn't-
think that it should be this. I mean, it should be the same.
Yeah.
It should be the
It
exact
shouldn't
same.
matter if
If
you
a
the
father-
primary,
yeah,
secondary.
it
The
should be
bottom
the
line is,
exact same.
and these days was meant for the children to celebrate their mothers
Absolutely.
and fathers.
It's
Good
meant
morning,
for
Dream.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like the kids are the ones that's supposed to celebrate
Celebrate,
you.
yeah.
So
Like now having grown kids, it is totally different from them being not
11,
grown, right?
right.
For
So
sure.
now my grown daughters, they since they've never celebrated Mother's Day with me, because that's not an option for me. Now they like, Mom, we're going to see your face on Mother's Day. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
Like,
But
what's the need?
But at the same
Because
time-
what if they didn't celebrate it? How would you feel?
but
Would you feel? You
Can
know?
I say something? Though?
I wouldn't. I
Yes,
want to
you
be
would.
left alone on
I
that
know
day.
one woman who would not care. That's my mother. Don't call her. She likes her phone off. Because for her, she feel like it be made up stuff. Because she's like,
There you
I'm
go.
a mom all day, every
Every
day.
day.
Every
There you
day.
go.
So she looks at it like, she's like, I don't need
That sound
acknowledgement or
like two
recognition.
women without children. Kids ain't that excited about no damn noodle. Huh? Listen,
My kid, listen, like my kids loved their noodle cards,
me, wait
and
a
I
minute.
have
Hold
every
on, Jay.
craft that my kids ever
Jay,
made me
one
for
second,
Mother's
let me
Day.
get her. You not gonna kid shame us.
Then
Like,
you down.
all right, so relax.
I didn't catch the kids.
You ain't gonna try to kid shame us. We are definitely proud, okay?
Look, of the kids.
I am proud that
the
I am proud of these two young ladies. Very, very proud.
That they don't have children.
because they do not have children
There you
because
go.
they
Thank
are
you.
not
Because we're
married.
being responsible.
I
we're
love
not
that.
married, and ain't nobody trying to
I
be
love
just
that.
primary by themselves.
And those of you who are like that needs to be celebrated. Because nowadays, you know how many male friends I have that tell me I can't meet a woman without kids, and I say you're looking in the wrong place.
right.
Yeah.
You gotta look on
And for the
podcast.
And
record-
vice versa.
and
I've heard the same.
That's not true. They out here. But for the
Yeah.
record, for the record, I don't appreciate people trying to kid shame people for not having them either, because you don't know people's situations. You don't know what's going on. So Let's be respectful.
And so let's look at it like this. I think every day is Mother's Day. I think every day
It's Father's Day.
I think every day is Father's Day. And I think that need to be said. I think it should be said, Happy Mother's Day to a mother. I think men and women, I think fathers need to be said. I say Happy Father's Day numerous times today.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, that was yesterday. I said, every day's Father's Day. He said, God damn it,
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to use
think
that one.
a day beyond is still okay, but I get what you're saying further beyond
Every day.
that. Yeah.
And I think we needed to say Juneteenth every day. I'm
Yeah.
not to say Juneteenth, but you know, happy Freedom Day, whatever the fuck we need to be, because most people don't understand. Like we celebrating holidays we know nothing about, that we have no sister.
I mean, honestly, it's just another day for people to go spend money.
And exploit.
Yeah, that's really all it is.
And we need to
Honestly,
stop
if you
exploiting.
really- if
Keep
you-
our culture within our
If you
culture.
really about your mother and you really about your father and your parents really about your kids, they don't need the acknowledgement. Just being with your people is what the acknowledgement.
And that's the day.
Or
And
being
some-
without us that day. Let's,
But not
okay, go
even
ahead.
that. I have it's parents that I've met that are more proud of what their kids have turned out to be and what their kids are doing, and for that is Mother's Day, and
They're
for
grateful.
that is Father's Day. It's like, yo, I'm happy
Yeah,
to see that you're
it
doing
is.
well in life.
Right.
I'm happy to see all the things that we went through as parents and as child that you've overcame a lot of things.
Yes.
So like, we really know that it's all man-made. Because honestly, if you really respect your parents and you care about your parents, you're going to do stuff regardless.
Yeah.
It wasn't for you.
It wasn't for you, like she was just saying in general.
I'm speaking in general.
Yeah.
Whatever I say, it's always in general. Do
Thank
not
you.
take it personal.
Thank you. Please say that to
And
many
you know
people.
what's so
Everything
crazy?
is always in general. I'm never taking it personal.
Being a parent, it is the greatest curse and gift in the world. And I wish people would tell people that. All you hear is the gift part.
I don't know the curse
No,
part.
it is the curse.
It's no
the
curse.
curse part is if you're a parent,
Oh, see.
if you're a parent of what my
I'm
belief
done.
is as a parent, you're never going to, one, be the same. Two, you're going to always worry from that moment you spit that baby out, you're going to worry. And that's the stuff that they don't tell you. They tell, being a mother is so great. I wish they would have told me being a mom is great. However,
I think
you're going to worry for the rest of their life. My children are grown, and every day I look at their location. Every night,
but
I need to make sure that
but
they're
that's
home.
but that's because of your own fears.
No,
that's because of this world.
My great grandmother said it like this. She said, when they little, they on your lap. When they get older, they're on your heart.
Oh, true.
So you're not a woman, which she said is true. A woman is always worried about her children all the time. It doesn't matter if they're in the house,
she
if
said
they're
a
not.
parent. I'm about to say, because I love God.
A woman.
and I can,
She's speaking from a woman's perspective.
There you go.
Women that I have talked to.
Thank you, Brittany, for breaking that down.
Women that I have talked to, they
I
said that.
didn't know it was.
Yeah, no,
But
they
go ahead,
said
thank you,
that.
Brittany.
They have said that. It's like I said, my great grandmother said, when they're little, they're on your lap. When they're older, they're on your heart. Meaning, like, those are always your kids.
Yes.
No matter how old they are, no matter what they're going through, those are always yours. And I had a conversation with my mom. I was like, Mom, when I was away at school, what did you do? She said, I still worry, but
Yes.
she said it was out of sight, out of mind.
But-
so she said she just learned
To live.
to adapt to
Yeah.
it.
You do.
But she's like, you never stop
Worrying.
worrying. It's
Never
just, it's
stop
just a
worrying.
different type of worry.
And I think, like, I understand that, but everything is always in God's hands. So I would say this: I worry about my child physically, mentally,
And that's because you're a man.
Because I'm a man.
And that's what you deal with.
and that's what I deal with. So how I look at it, like, when I worry about my daughter called me. She's like, Dad, I'm sick. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, come on over. Or can you go down to GNC, buy your house, and go get some black seed oil and tell them, I don't know how to cut up the onions like you do. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, so I'll do it. So I would drive, 27 miles away to go get my daughter some black seed oil
Absolutely.
and make her soup in her kitchen, because I want her to understand that everything is not predicated to her body by not trying things, just medicine. You have to take some natural steps and to get her better quicker. My daughter be sick and when she was 6, 7 years old. I mean, snot coming out her nose, dried up. You know what I mean? I said, bring my baby. I tell her, bring my baby. I poured some black seed oil in her, just poured it in her mouth. And then a couple hours later, give her some soup, blah, 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 blah.
So you don't think you'll be the same when she's 26 years old?
No.
If she's sick?
No, because now she's 14. I'm going to tell you what she do. She said, what type of, now she want to know what type of black seed oil. She want to know, do I cut it diagonally or not? You know what I mean? She's learning she has to learn how to fend for herself.
Right, got that part.
But no, I would be that way if she's incapacitated.
Okay,
Like that.
so at 26, you would think by now, as a responsible parent, like you said, I've showed you the steps. I've seen you follow and call me and ask me, making sure, right? At 26, I'm still gonna be like, did you did it the same way? Okay, you didn't leave nothing out, right? Okay.
No.
Okay. So call me tomorrow to let me know how you feeling.
No.
Okay.
I won't be like that. The only reason why I won't be the only reason I would really believe that. Is this story right?
No, it's live, but he tends to tell the same stories over and over again.
Well, I'm telling the truth. I mean, I don't have the same different types of short stories. I only really care about so many people in my life.
You told the same story.
Like, be quiet. You tell the same story every day. I'm a single parent mother. I'm the primary caregiver. So shut your ass up.
I mean, I like Brittany said, like her mom said, the worries of how they were, the worries you had when they were when they were a child. It's different.
My great grandmother said that, by the way.
It's different.
Shout out to her.
It's different than the worries I had when they were a teenager.
You're always gonna
now
worry.
my worries is different now that they're adults. I don't like it. I don't like that they don't have to listen now because they're adults. I don't like that part. And like because they're adults, right? You gotta be hands off. You gotta trust that you raised them and blah, blah.
You better be lucky they listened when they was a teenager. Shit.
Well, because my daughters respect me the way that they do, they still listen now.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah. Well, if you're a parent and you showed your child something and you live by what you told them, they're gonna always have that respect for you. But they're always going to challenge you. I challenge my parents all the time, but I shouldn't because I have my own ideas. I'm my own woman. But they trusted that they've instilled what I needed in my life to be who I am, and that's what it is. But
do they ever just look back when you challenge them and be like,
oh, when I challenge, the challenge is coming right back.
Oh yeah.
So it's
because they needed to make sense.
It's one of those things where my mom will she gonna challenge me back, and then now I gotta go sit back, and then I gotta come back, and then we'll have a moment where it's like, okay, well, I understood your perspective when it came to this, or I understood yours, or
it's okay.
It would be like, okay,
it's all right.
You right, I didn't see it that way. But we've built that type of relationship where I understand that she's a woman and I'm a woman, so she has her things, I have my things. We had two different generations that we come from, so it's just one of those things where, you know, I respect my mom and then she respects me, and she's like, well, I do have to look at you now as a woman, and that's just what it is. But me and my mom have real conversations.
I don't like it. And we do the same thing.
But my mom is woman enough to know, like, okay, hey, I don't know everything, and
that's real.
And her thing is, I've taken you this far, and you know you're going further or whatever. But again, my mom still does her thing. She still reads and challenges, and you know what I'm saying. So
it is definitely crazy when you're learning from your children.
Yeah,
like the girls be having to teach me stuff, right? And it's like, dang, okay, or like the word retarded. Yeah. Right? Oh my God.
You can't say it.
Oh my God. My oldest be on me, and I'd be like, man, look at that retarded ass person. She'd be like, Mom, you cannot say that. She said, I understand that you came from a generation
because people don't be playing
when that word was acceptable. And I tell her, I said, well, it ain't my fault that people be in their feelings about a word. And she said, Mom, we don't live in just your world.
Yeah, no shade, no tea.
I mean, these are our conversations, and I have to sit back and go, you know what?
Is she right?
You're right. I don't like
And that's the thing. And that's why I always say
But
that
I
you can
love
learn
it,
something
and I
from
like it at the same. I
anyone.
love it. I love to see the progression of the women that I've raised, and I don't like it at the same time because I just want them. Sometimes I said do it this way, and that's what you're gonna do because I told you to do it. Now shut up.
Yeah, and that's
And
the thing
that
about
don't
growing
go no
up.
more.
Yeah, that's the thing about growing up. We find out that there are other ways to life other than the one way that you did teach or show us. And not saying that don't hold weight or that doesn't have value because it has gotten us to this far, but with us being a new generation, if we see something that's different or if we can find a better way or get it done in less time, it doesn't make us lazy. It allows us to put that time in other places. Versus you guys may spend 8 hours on something, we may spend 5 and can spend the other 3 either chilling or in the other area or socializing. And that doesn't make it wrong. It just makes it different. And then that can teach you like, hey, okay.
It's evolution.
True.
I just
And
had
that's
this
all it is.
conversation
A lot of
yesterday about evolution. Evolution is not just technical, it's social, it's cultural. The evolution of things, we can't stop. It's going to happen. But I can just still tell you, I don't like it. But I respect it.
yeah.
But I don't like it. And it's like, but I love that you said that, Shani. Being here with you two young ladies, and knowing the 2 young ladies that I raised, it brings me hope because everybody ain't out here what you see on reality TV, what you see on these stupid social medias. It is young ladies out here who still have pride in themselves.
It's a very small pocket.
I know.
That's true. But
the pocket is there.
But to your
It's a
point,
very,
yes.
very small
And as you told
pocket.
us, Brittany, it is less kids now, younger kids now having kids.
agree with that.
The percentages is down. So y'all are, the way y'all are
Actually,
carrying y'all is trickling down.
Well, because now they're starting to have their children in mid to later 30s and things like that.
I'm loving that it's trickling down.
It's an increase in that than it is in the younger
ones.
I can see that.
I
Yeah.
love that. I really love that.
Well, honestly, it makes sense if you think about it, because at that time you know who you are. We're heading into at least you should know.
You should.
have some form of idea of who you are. Finances are a little bit different, and your patience is different. So you
That's
tend to talk and treat your children a little bit differently than you would if you were like 19, 20 years old.
Absolutely.
Because honestly, if you think about it, if your human brain isn't fully developed until the time you're 25, you're having kids at 20, 21, you're still a kid yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I literally just thought of that last Wednesday when I said I was a kid
Raising kids.
having
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
and I still had not healed for so much of
and
my
you pass it on to your children.
trauma.
Yeah.
And that was the one thing I wanted to make sure that I did not do. That's why I had to raise my children the way I raised them. And despite the naysays, I loved how I raised them. I love how they are as women right now. And their growth, to just keep seeing it, is phenomenal. I needed to set certain examples and do certain things for certain outcomes.
Yes.
And that's just what it was. I did not want teenage moms like I was.
Yeah, I mean, as a teenager, you are still a kid.
Yeah.
You don't know who you
Yeah.
are, what you
Because
want, what you
having
want to go.
twins at
so-
14,
I know it was
What
no
the hell?
joke. What I can say is though, is this generation,
They don't even really want children.
well,
I'm finding that out too.
Well, they can't really afford them.
we can't afford ourselves, let alone a family. And then too, a lot of people don't have those villages, right? They don't have that support. And that's why I was gonna say
Well,
I
when
support.
you're a grandma at 35.
That's true. You don't even have no thing. Yeah.
I just met a DPS. He's been DPS for 33 years. Teacher. He literally just told me. He said, and it was funny, Brittany, because I was trying to say that to you on Friday. How I just met this man who works DPS 33 years, but he lives in our area, and that was crazy as hell to me. Like, okay, I loved it. But what he said to me, he said the problem is you have grandma who's still in the club. She ain't about to watch no kids. She this age, pretty much what you just said.
Yeah.
Then you have great grandma, who's only in her 50s. Mm-hmm. She out still trying to hang, and now because ain't no kids in the house,
She got her little
she
friend.
trying to do. You know what I'm saying? He said it's not like it was, and he
not.
said, and the classrooms are absolutely horrible. And he is in middle school.
Well, they have 30 to 40 some
He
students in
said
the
he got
classroom.
middle schoolers that are big, and this was a big, tall man. He said, I got middle schooler boys who are bigger and taller than me telling me what you gonna do about it. He was like, so, because I asked him, why haven't you, never transitioned to high school?
Yeah.
He said,
That's a whole different.
he said, I'll be in jail.
That ain't for the week.
Yeah, he said, I'll be in jail.
And then you have parents who are basically going against the teachers when it's like, I'm here with your child all day, every day.
He said
so
that
if
too.
they're being disrespectful to me, then I know they're being disrespectful
know.
to
Yeah.
you. So you got all of that. Me personally, I don't think cell phones should necessarily be allowed. Like when in the classrooms, like when you go into your classroom, everybody should take their cell phone and put it up because I think it's a distraction.
I can agree with that.
I know they did that at my school.
They did that at the girls'
if it
school,
was an
too.
emergency, you had to call the actual school to come get the student or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Just because it's a distraction, it's disrespectful. And then when you have the parents that you fighting against the students and you fighting against the parents, what you gonna do?
Oh yeah, listen. If you can't take your phone from your child
Period.
without
Like, where they
them
at?
doing what they do to you, how you think that this teacher gonna take this phone from this child? It's crazy.
I
Good
agree. Like,
morning.
you should start a family
Caller.
first. Hey, caller.
Good morning, ladies. How you guys doing?
We are
morning, Dorian.
good, Dorian. How about yourself? How was yesterday for you? I know you're not a father, but I know you have helped
have a
some
dog.
children and everything. How was yesterday for you?
You got a dog. You a dog dad.
It was Sunday. Look, it was Sunday.
Okay. Well, what you calling to say?
Well, you know what? Like I actually, I just realized like I wasn't on the Rise and Grind page. I put a comment where I basically was like, I love Brittany because she's so real. Because
thank
I feel like a young generation nowadays are getting somewhat of a bad rap, a little bit Gen Z or whatever.
Yeah, because I
And-
don't even know what they are.
Well,
Are they Z's?
25 I don't know.
They the one
They're
under
25
me.
old.
They under
Yeah, they're under-
Shani.
Yeah.
Well,
These
they're
guys.
under millennials, I
You're
should
sitting
say.
next to millennials.
Yeah,
You're sitting
we're
next to
millennials.
millennials.
Okay, y'all
But
Millennials.
millennials and Gen Zers, to me, in my opinion, get a lot of flack because sometimes I think for our generation, and the boomers, we look at it like, why are you trying to reinvent the wheel? Are you trying to reestablish, trying to change a narrative or something? But highly intelligent, highly in tune, make more sense generation is them coming from behind. You won't see the families with 3 or 4 kids often in that generation coming up. You're going to see more millennials making better financial decisions because with one thing, y'all might not be up on all the social, calling things when we look, me and Jay can say some stuff to each other that only me and her can understand from our generation, right?
Right.
But that doesn't mean that you guys don't have an advantage of just watching, because that's the whole thing. When you're supposed to be better than us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be better than us. I had a conversation one day with my dad, and we was I'm working with him about something, and I'm like, well, if you don't think I could do this, well, isn't that a reflection on you as a teacher?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. So look, had him sitting there non-plugged because he never thought about it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
right. Like, yeah, dude, I'm supposed to look at it this particular way. And there is a different way than what you may know. But I had to figure that out looking up and looking at all the mistakes that you made.
Right.
So all the mistakes that my generation has made, like you saying how we drown ourselves in a lot of, our generation is self-medicated generation.
Absolutely.
We don't believe in therapy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
We gonna
why
drink.
Absolutely.
the
We gonna
alcohol,
drink and smoke
y'all
it away.
gonna drink and smoke, and it's sad. Like, honestly,
Well, see, you know what? And
it's
here's
really
the crazy
sad.
thing about it, Brittany, too. Here's the crazy thing. I have so many peers outside of myself that have real life ailments, like serious ailments, that they're like, I got a friend of mine I was just with yesterday. He's 55 years old and he has MS.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking and smoking. This is how we were able to deal with we didn't have therapy. We didn't have any. That's what I'm saying. If you guys can look at us, don't look at us and disparage us in as much as you look at us and start to look at the lessons that you can learn.
Right.
To better yourself, because we could sit back and point at all y'all. See, that's the problem. You're going to always have this generational gap, and there's going to always be someone that's going to be upset with the other generation for whatever reason. But I feel we shouldn't just embrace it all.
Exactly. It's a matter of respecting it.
Absolutely.
You don't have to agree, just respect it.
Correct.
Yeah, because when we're saying self-medication, then it might be somebody from yeah, that's right. All my mama did was smoke. Understand that we didn't have social media. We didn't have all of the information. Just like our parents didn't have all the information to get to this point where we could better ourselves. We're still, listen, I tell folks, we only been free 60 years, and we've only been privy to information that can be helpful to us for 60 years.
Right.
How well we're really going to be on that, time will tell. But we can't keep disparaging the younger people just because, well, they don't know what Star Wars was, or they don't, this ain't their music. How you think boomers was looking at us when we was coming with hip hop?
But the thing is, that's the opportunity to teach and
that's
have
what I was gonna say.
Time, and then that's how you connect. It's stuff that my nieces say, and I'll just be laughing because it's like you ain't did nothing new. You just changed the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just changing the words.
I tell stories or I'll show pictures. Yeah, and it's like, well. Oh, Auntie Brittany, how you know that? You know what I mean? It's like, because it's really the same thing.
You're starting to see it too. You're starting to catch that.
But I'm fortunate to have my grandmother.
Yeah.
Now, my grandma is 82. I have my great grandma. She was 80-something. I've had that. So I've had generations of it's different generations in the family. So we get
and you know what it is too? You know what it is too, Britt? A lot of people do not ask their older ancestors of certain questions. They'll just judge.
Yeah,
and the older ancestor will judge them. Like,
see, my family's very open, and they didn't hide a lot of things to us. So we knew about drugs, we knew about alcohol, we knew about like it was so much stuff that they told us that when we were approached with that, nobody was interested because
you had already been pre-warned.
We had already been warned about it, so nothing.
And
was
probably
hidden.
had examples.
We did, but nothing was hidden. And my big mom was like, my grandma was big on that because it was like, when things are forbidden from you, that's what makes people want to do it.
See, I disagree with that. My pastor used to say that. I disagree with that.
Most people want understanding. Like, and that's even biblical. And everything that you're getting, you're supposed to get understanding. So when you understand certain things and you understand how it works, it's like, oh, well, I'm not interested in that, or I don't want to do that. And that's what I do with my nieces. I try to get them to understand, and they don't have interest in a lot of stuff that's going on.
Well, see, the pupil, the student will only be as good as the teacher.
I agree with that.
But I mean, like you said,
teacher.
It's going to take us it's going to take the people who know better to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
I talk to kids all the time now. Half the time I don't know what the hell they talking about. Excuse me. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not trying to learn that language. I'm not. Because at the end of the day, you're not going inside corporate America talking that language. You're just not. Now, everybody's not built for corporate America, and I get that. But I'm not going to allow you to sit here and walk around and talk like that and act as if you could walk up to everybody and they're going to understand you. Hold on. So, when I get a text from kids, you have to text me full words. And that's from kids and or adults, because I do not speak that. I'm not trying to learn it. And again, I got a resume. You got to remember, I'm HR. I got several resumes in that language because they thought it was okay. No. So I am here to let you know it's fine for you to have these words. That's great. I'm glad you came up with a good way, a quick way to say things. However, so America does not run like that. Everybody that you walk up to or greet or be in a meeting with is not going to understand that language. They understand corporate words. And I'm here to teach you those corporate words.
When we had developed our own linguistics in the 80s, in the 90s, it definitely was not like when we were sampling their music it was not respected
at all.
And they said the same thing about us. And you know what that did for us? You know what that did?
Nothing.
On one end, it emboldened us to have our own, to do our own thing, right? And then on the other end, it actually stunted us. And I'm going to show you how it stunted us. This is why we're just our generation, my generation. I can only speak for my peers who are in their 40s, late 40s and early 50s, or even 60. We're just now becoming the parents and the adults in the room, right? We were often considered for a long time as juvenile, mentally acting, the music, our culture, how we dressed, everything was a shock to the boomers and the people before us.
Absolutely.
And guess what?
We did
before them, the boomers in the 60s, in the early 70s, wearing afros and platforms and dashikis and listening to soul music, that was frowned upon.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yet they still mainstreamed into society.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, when we're sitting here, we're judging them. We're either going to stun it or we're going to have them explode, and you're going to see maybe something totally different.
But Dorian, I'm not judging. Listen, Dorian, I'm not judging. Did you hear me just give them the accolades?
No.
I gave them a hats off. I'm glad they are able to say things in a quicker way. That's great. But once again, you cannot walk in a corporate boardroom and speak that language.
Well,
we know that, but guess what?
But guess what?
Again, there may be a judge. There may be a judge. Check this out. There may be a corporate. There may be a corporate.
Don't know it, Dorian.
Listen. Hear me out. This is what I'm trying to tell you. As we are the ones that's starting to take over corporate America, our generation, right? Well, we're the ones. So when we're coming into these business rooms and we got on our little capri pants and our nice knicks and nice kicks, and we've grown up with hip hop, how are we going to ever hold them to be hypocritical? So you understand what I'm saying? Like we're the ones that's taking over this corporate society.
And he's not lying. Corporate America is
I ain't
not
walked in a corporate room ever, and everybody went in there dressed.
You know how many people I know that are
not in the same corporate, Jay.
First of all, you looking at a corporate room.
You're not in the same corporate.
Perspective, you're not in these new tech corporations.
Oh no, I'm
not. You don't even have to dress up anymore to go to work.
Exactly.
You can wear sweatpants and have your head.
Guess what?
Everywhere.
Those tech corporate companies are the old Fords, the old General Motors, the old AT&Ts to go work for.
Yes.
That's their generation now. And guess what? They don't care about what you got on or how your hair looking or how you're talking, because as long as you can get the job done and you can show them something, because of our generation who's taking this over, we already understand. We were called slackers. We was judged by what we were worn. We were judged by our music.
I understand what you're saying, Dorian. I'm not hypocritical. I understand exactly what you're saying. And I understand that things has changed. And there are companies out here that are okay with it. But there are also still companies that are not. I am actively getting headhunted.
Just told you.
Actively getting headhunted for positions. And guess what they say? One of the things they say on the information that they send me for these positions, when you come to your interview, please be dressed appropriately. They would not say that.
They do that shit for a minute.
Let me say what I'm saying. They would not say that if that was not the culture of that company. I'm not saying that all of them are like that.
Dorian,
I'm saying that there are companies out there that still are.
Dorian, thank you for calling.
Now let's do the news.
Thank you.
You ain't did the news yet?
No, we ain't did the news.
We have a caller.
Yeah, Dorian called about 10:01.
I purposely walked out because.
Hello, caller.
Good morning, fam. How y'all doing?
What
Good
up,
morning, G.
Dog?
What up, though? Hey, this a good topic. I agree that
This ain't even topic. We just talking.
well, it's a good starter topic. You know, we always got to have a starter topic for an hour on the show.
There you go. For 45 minutes, we running behind.
Hey, you know, I was thinking about it, and I say, man, you know, the younger generation, although, you know, it is they have their things that they got to work out, right? That we have to help them work out. Mm-hmm. When you look at it, all of the things that were tearing us down, they really don't mess with.
Exactly.
So one thing we can say is they learned They listen to some things. They learn some things, because when you look at everything, whether it's the percentage of high schoolers that smoke cigarettes, it's way down. It's almost don't exist.
Correct.
Now, some of them vape, but even the vaping wasn't as big. You see what I'm saying? As the cigarettes were when we were coming up in high school. You know, they having less kids, as y'all spoke on, right?
Yeah,
they having less teenage pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? It's more males going to college and doing things like that.
Yeah, and it's less,
females ain't never stopped going to college since A Different World came out.
It's less teenage STDs as well.
Less teenage STDs. Teenagers are more virgin. You have more virgins now.
More virgins. Yeah. They're not even having sex right now.
And you know, and these are things that we have to give them the kudos and the credit for. But to Dorian's point, you got to meet people where they at and bring them to where they trying to go.
Very true.
You know, and this is something me and Miss J. Sharice always talk about. If you don't understand, or if you don't seek to understand a language, they're not going to seek to understand you.
Not at all.
If you write them off for the shit they do, they probably gonna start writing you off like, well, fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even learn that from my kids. I learned that from Shani.
The great part is I have yet to be one that has. So that's the great part about it.
The immediate children in your life know because of the respect factor. They're probably not going to, but the kids that you may need to interact with, or that may really need to help because your kids are already grown and you already gave it to them. Your nieces are pretty much grown, you gave it to them. Those other ones, now you're shutting off a whole nother section of the youth that you could be reaching because you're being closed-minded about their way of life and just trying to put yours on them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You meet people where they at.
I'm not changing, but thank you.
I'm totally
Ain't nobody asking you to change. And let me just finish my point.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
What Lake said.
That part is what Lake said. Thank you.
And you know what? And this one I've learned in the past 2 weeks.
Is G still on the phone?
Oh no, G hung up.
Okay, thanks, G.
Thank you, G, for calling. One thing I learned in the past 2 weeks: as adults, you still have to grow.
Yes.
And this is the problem with most people. Just because you stuck in your ways, don't mean it's the way.
Well, and that's how you get stuck in.
I don't think it's I think y'all taking it too far. It's not as stuck in your way.
When I say I'm speaking in general, I'm not speaking
you're speaking in general. Okay, go. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm like Brittany.
No, I appreciate it. That you're speaking in general.
Thank you. Speaking in general, most people don't understand the healthiness in relationships you're going to have is when you learn to grow with the person you know. Only because things don't always have to go back and forth. Everything don't have to be a challenge. And life is going to teach you that as you go too. Because somebody made a statement to me this past weekend. I looked at them like they crazy, and so I was gonna cut in them. So after this,
we're going to the news.
I was trying to get to the news.
Hello, caller.
Damn, Brittany.
Hey. So
hello.
So I was,
who we speaking with? Who is this?
Calvin.
Hey.
Calvin,
Good morning.
Dr. T. Calvin, man. Dr. Calvin T.
We didn't catch the voice.
Yeah, at all.
So
the seed. Go ahead.
The boy.
Go ahead.
Britt have the hand motion down
the boy. Go ahead, Cal.
So I think one thing I recognize that I think we're missing the boat when we say that kids can't learn from how we learned. But technology makes followers. Books makes leaders. The more we send our children away from books, the worse they get. So sure, they're not having sex, right? Because their brain is being taken away. 1 in 3 30-year-old males is not sexually active.
That is true.
43% of black males don't even have children. The demographic for which we are willing to fight for, the things that we're willing to fight for, doesn't move the needle culturally. because you're not on one accord. You're in pockets of unity, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? So you got your sororities, you got your fraternities, so you have pockets of unity. But the problem is inside of all of this information is the condemning of children. You're not teaching boys, you're raising girls, which is different. So the culture is off. So just like what you would look for in a traditional relationship, it's going to be off because we say what's easy is okay. And we know that challenges make champions.
Yep.
You have to go through. One of the studies they came out with was your child early on in his adolescence age having a tough situation to challenge their awareness. So the study showed that dropping the kid off, letting the kids see the area, then dropping them off and let them find their way home challenges their awareness, help raise and process, right? We know today that the boys are being trained for prison, and I'll make this simple and let it go. PlayStation, the key word is you're playing while being stationed. Xbox, the word box is of 4 squares. It matches the room. There's a thing that they are doing that they came out with right now where the boys are not coming out of the room. So they don't know how to sexualize. So our boys and girls, even from social media and technology, cannot take the word no. This even affects adult males who have been raised in these environments. I can't take the word no. That is the issue that the children are dealing with. So sure, the millennials, the study came out, they don't want to go to work. Jobs the people are not prepared because why? We took cursive writing away from them, so the left brain doesn't get exercise. We took exercise away from the boy, so he's switching. You keeping them in these environments that is unproductive
for their hormones,
to everything.
Yeah,
because the boy's essence, he has to become a man, husband, and a father, and his essence protects the body of the woman that's carrying his child. And we keep thinking that if we separate and put the boy in the same learning system as the girl, that we're going to get the same outcome. In the social media show you every day, men and women are at each other's head because she's masculine and he's feminine.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I look at like when Jerome Harvey just said that books are obsolete, and that's far from the truth.
That's far from the truth.
Learn how to speak in corporate. Our corporations is changing every single day. Nobody is looking. Nobody is looking at corporate.
I think y'all missed the whole thing. The way he said that they can't handle no.
No, they
now
definitely
that was
can't
a
handle
big
no.
part to me.
I think y'all missed that.
That's what
because here's the thing.
That's big. They can't handle no.
And people that mothers and
So
fathers
Sharice can't
are
handle
doing
no.
that.
Go ahead.
Mothers,
I'm working on that.
Mothers and fathers are doing that now with their children. They're giving their children everything.
Yeah.
Go see Toy Story 5.
I'm sure there's a lesson in there.
Some lessons in there.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? All y'all doing is giving these kids technology.
Yes.
And they're not thinking, they're not using their brains. And it's like, oh, it's okay. Y'all just buy more and more and more and more and more. And our kids are dying off more and more and
quicker. Very true.
Absolutely.
And
give them a book.
I haven't seen as many young bums in my life.
No, I mean something else to do outside of being on their doggone devices. I remember when you used to have to turn in a book report.
Is Calvin?
Yeah.
You used to have to turn in a book report at the end of the summer.
Hold on.
What did you say?
you all have to remember this. If I don't see you reading, but you on the phone, this is what we tell the parents in the mentoring program.
Exactly.
We tell the parents in the mentoring program that you have to give them a clean hour. Give your child a clean hour. No music, no TV, no yelling, no screaming, no direction. Just give them a clean hour, even if you're sitting down with them and they're sitting right there next to you. Get them a clean hour of you reading and they're reading.
Yes.
Maybe we read the same book. Right? Why? Because reading is life. If you can't read, technology can't get here without readers. You couldn't have built technology without people who were reading.
True.
So it makes no sense to say that
reading is
reading is absolute. No, what you're doing, you're making a follower, and they're not gonna. You have to have a relationship with that child, and that child's relationship with you has to be centered around time. If you can't give your child time, and all you give them is problems, weed, drinks, and all that shit, then you're gonna have an issue, because now they not even trained on how to be disciplined
by you.
Absolutely.
Which is why they don't need to be on TikTok at a certain age. You need to be somewhere reading. I don't understand.
They don't need none of that.
You don't even really need your phone if you with your mom and your daddy all the time.
Right.
But that's a whole nother topic I don't want to get into. And yet, read to them going to bed. Like that's a perfect opportunity to do things like that. Is read when they're going to bed.
Yeah.
And put them in the bed at a certain time.
Say it again.
I'm done. I'm done.
What you saying?
I think Brittany coming out.
Brittany gonna be putting her 15-year-old child to bed at 6. Go ahead.
Listen,
Hey, Brittany, what you're saying is actually true. The studies show the cognitive health of the child when a father goes in and reads to the child to put the child in the bed. The cognitive health of the child increases.
Yes.
So these are things that fatherhood. Where we rejected fatherhood, we literally have been killing our children with the absence of fatherhood and saying that this is my child, not his child. And the system has benefited from that bickering online, that men ain't nothing and women ain't nothing, and they benefited from you being the model that they created. So when you see a black woman and a black man going at each other, that's the model that the system created. That is not what God had for you.
Not at all.
Peace.
Thank you,
Calvin.
And that's who's suffering. The children are suffering.
They absolutely are.
That's what I told Calvin, and I told him a speech I put on Facebook. We need to learn how to kill systems instead of trying to kill and disrupt individuals.
Absolutely.
Progress. And so, go ahead.
We got to go back to the basics, like the stuff that Brittany was talking about. That was the basics. We need to go back to the basics. I can't without the.
I got you.
Yeah. Well, I was about to give an interesting story. My niece's name is Paige. Her name is Paige because my sister loved to read, and she would read to her all the time. And she likes to have her bedtime stories before she go to bed. And Paige reads like nobody's business. It's crazy, but that's why her name is actually Paige. Yeah, and her dad read to her. We read to her at night. So yeah, it definitely makes a difference with reading to your children.
It does.
Okay, so we had a quite interesting banter this morning. So
It was great.
And get into today's news for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Jay with the news.
Thank you so very much, Brittany, for that introduction. Today, hopefully, we'll be able to get it on recording. And here we go, Jay with the news. So, people, what are we doing out here? There is a video where a person jumps on a DPD cop car. Another sprays fire extinguisher during Detroit street takeover. A video shared on social media shows a street takeover in Detroit Saturday night where people were seen doing donuts and driving recklessly in the roadway. During the incident, a person blocked a Detroit police cruiser with a traffic cone while another person sprayed a fire extinguisher nearby.
Wow.
Moments later, the person blocking the cruiser jumped onto the hood of the police vehicle. Everyone fled after the incident.
So was it on the east side?
It does not give a location this time on where it was. It just said it happened Saturday night.
Definitely on the east side. Okay.
So crazy. Our next story, Michigan sees increase in emergency cases tied to whippets. Michigan health officials are warning about a sharp rise in medical emergencies tied to the recreational narcotics oxidant use, commonly known as whippets. It threw me off because I thought it was trying to say something else. I was trying to correct it, and
you thinking about it?
I was trying to correct it. A CDC report focused on Michigan found emergency room visits involving nitrous increased sharply in recent years.
Yeah.
EMS responses connected to this nitrous misuse also jumped more than quadruple during the same period. Doctors are saying this is illegal for medical, food, and industrial uses.
Yeah.
But large canisters have become easy to find at some smoke shops, gas stations, convenience stores, and online. Health officials say some people are using the gas to get high, which can lead to numbness, weakness, trouble walking, nerve damage, and other serious health problems. This is crazy that this is coming back up, right?
It ain't back up. It been there.
But it's like
it hit white folks now. Hitting it different. Trust me. When it hit white folks, hitting the white folks differently, and they like, oh my God, my child's on something. And the truth is,
they've been doing this for decades, right?
Rave parties is based on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They hit nitrous every rave party. They walk around, hey, want some nitro? Like, no.
Yeah, and I never got the attraction of sticking something up your nose to get hot, but hey.
I mean, you haven't. They had cocaine and heroin for years, but go ahead. Next on the news.
Stick that up my nose either. So listen, people out here with the whippets, listen.
Whip it good.
Seek help. That's all I can say with that one. June carnivals and fireworks happening around Metro Detroit. Metro Detroit families still have several June festivals, carnivals, and fireworks shows before the month ends. It's Canton, Warren, Melvindale, Riverview Summerfest, that passed, and Livonia Spree, Bay Rami Fish Fly Festival.
Whoa!
Festival of the Hill, Wixom Light the Night, Taylor Summer Festival, Lake Orion Lions Jubilee, Ann Arbor Summer Carnival, and Madison Heights Festival in the Park. So you still have several festivals that are here up until the end of the month. Please go on the MetroDetroitNews.com to look at this story so you can get exactly where those festivals are and see if you and your family want to go and celebrate. The fish fly one, I mean, unless you just like the little crawly things, I would say stay out.
They don't crawl. They just do this.
They just being
they just, oh my God. And then I just learned that where we live now, they
go crazy over there.
I'm just going to be out of my mind.
by water.
If it's by water.
Hold on. Real truth. Let the truth be told. I was riding down Jefferson. They got a Taco Bell, right? I couldn't even see the Taco Bell symbol on how many fish flies.
That's crazy.
was
And
on.
they attract to light,
They
too.
have a very short-lived life.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
like they died like
I think it's only a couple of 20 something. Yeah, 20. Yeah, I was supposed to say
It's
that.
just if
Bro,
that.
but their season's about to. Their season was supposed to be in June.
That's when they spawn.
Well, they leave in around July.
Yeah.
Just don't go around water.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
they attracted to water and light.
Who the hell they go fish fly? I don't know. White folks. We just gonna put it like that.
Yeah.
Jay.
With the news. So go ahead, Jay.
Southwest Detroit E&L supermarket reopens a month after fire was set outside the store. That is great. This supermarket is going to be reopening Friday morning in Southwest Detroit. It is. It's very great. After being closed for more than a month following a fire outside the store.
Boy, my Mexican brothers and sisters know how to put together a supermarket real quick.
Okay. The fire happened on May 11th after shopping carts outside the business were set on fire. Officials said that the flames damaged parts of the building, exterior including walls, windows, roof, while smoke and water also affected areas in the inside. About 50 people were evacuated and no injuries was reported. A suspect that was 61-year-old Philip Valentine was later arrested and charged in federal court with maliciously damaging or destroying commercial property by fire. So I'm glad that Southwest store is opening down there for our brothers and sisters. Taco Bell. Okay, and that was Jay with the news. Always coming from the MetroDetroitNews.com.
Before we get to the topic of the day, put the original thing with Cal put back up. With Cal put up by the 337 million.
It's about our children still on drugs.
Yeah. The government has written 337 million prescriptions in America. Very true. And I'm not saying white folks on prescription drugs, but them whippets was involving the Caucasian and the rave community because they used those to get high. You know what I mean? And that was the best way for them to get high legally. But when they started using it, I've been a part of several raves, and one of the big things was the guys, the promoters, was like, "Hey man, we need about $800 for the nitro."
Wow.
And I'm like, I never heard of it. I never did it. You know what I mean? But they use it to do the balloons. You put the nitro in the balloons and they buy the balloons. This is how they put it in the community, right? So those are primarily white folks that did the raves. That's what I was saying, Cal.
Have any of you guys ever tried
I don't think none of us tried
helium balloon?
No.
No.
Helium balloon? I did
like
helium.
just to change the helium.
That don't make you high. That don't make you high though.
Some people can't get high off of it.
Those are kind of nitro.
I had no interest in doing drugs. I was too vain.
Yeah.
I always wanted. I was just wondering because I always wanted to try it to see if it would change my voice. I was just too scared of what was in there.
I care too much about my teeth and my skin and my hair.
You know what?
I care too much about it.
It's the thing. I'm sure a lot of people
I think you have to have some vanity to not want to do that.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people started off saying like I would never until.
I'm not gonna say I would never. I'm just saying I was a little. I mean,
like I always just wondered.
Interested
Because I see family members doing I see my uncles and you know and then they do the little funny voice. I was like, I don't know what that's going to do to me.
I also don't like the disrespect that I saw for people that would get high that were on drugs. Like people would disrespect them and talk to them any old type of way. So I didn't have any interest in it because of that. I didn't want to lose my teeth. I didn't want my skin looking. So there was a little bit of vanity with that. So no, I wasn't interested.
Yeah, see, Yamini said she was lightheaded.
I don't know what she's talking about. Maybe
she's talking about the helium.
You know what, Calvin?
Thank you, Calvin. Thank you. So let's go to the topic of the day.
It took forever.
Right.
Now I'm too good for
Okay, Whitney. Once in
Let me read it.
Go ahead.
Please, Britt. Please.
Once in a serious relationship, should you remove pictures from the past?
Hell no.
On social media?
Yeah,
I'm
what we talking
assuming in
about?
general.
So
just
we're
in
gonna
general.
so we can definitely do social media, but when we're removing, we're talking about throwing away in the trash. We're talking about deleting off social media. We're talking about removing them from the house, from the mantle, from the photo albums. What are we removing the pictures from the past?
Can I tell you something?
Can I go first, please?
Nope. My grandmother had the picture of my first marriage on her dresser in her mirror up until the day that she passed. And I was already remarried.
Did he ever come in the house?
I thought this was about to be one of my stories.
Did he see it?
Absolutely.
But what he doing in your grandmother's
room? I would have
room?
put it down if he was coming
because
over.
if we needed someone to lift my grandmother out her chair and he was there, he would. I mean, women weren't about to do it. We normally had to call men over there.
That's why I wanted to go first.
But I thought it was crazy, right? I'm like, why? Like, put this. I used to put the picture down. My grandmother would bring the picture back up, and my grandmother just said, "Hey, pictures are there for reminders.
Exactly.
And I said, well, this is a reminder I don't want. So I do delete them off of social media, but I do, and I also deleted mine out my phone.
Well,
so
I'll put it like this.
But not all of them.
This
just
is why I don't
just
post
my ex.
pictures of who I'm with.
Wait a minute.
It's none of your business. And I'm not going to remove it. That's why I don't post. That's exactly why I don't post.
Here's why I wouldn't remove a picture, because nobody know what that moment got me through.
Exactly.
And most people
Jamie said I deleted it immediately.
Anyway, but
No.
see, that's petty.
That's so petty.
That's petty.
That is a memory. That is a part of your life.
Yeah.
That is
And-
what happened.
and for-
That's who you were with at that time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. For women who act petty like that, they should keep it up as a reminder on who not to fall in love with again. And and I learned this. So, in truth, in the essence of life, pictures are meant for memorabilia, so you can remember the moment you wasn't as good or when you got better. So
That's a good point,
some things you have to realize. That's why people still put their picture before they had cancer and after they had cancer, to show you that God was on their side, and to remember nothing ever going to be able to break me. Like I told you, my mentor told me I should write a book called Resilience, because I'm the same way all the time. I don't let nothing break me. People call me with BS. I want you to say don't do this, no ever. Somebody just called me this morning. Y'all seen it, right? When they called me, I just said, okay, no problem, don't worry. Now when I act differently, because now my approach is going to be different.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So don't even ask me certain situations, because it don't make no sense to even give them all. Caller, you on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I knew it was patient Peter.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
The
But
Peter from the Bible was patient.
Good morning, Miss Carmen.
Hey, Miss Carmen.
good morning.
Good morning.
Gotta catch these voices. Hey, y'all.
It sounded different
Good
today.
morning. Good morning.
I knew it was patient Peter. Go ahead.
I have two things to say if I can, Miles.
Maybe
Go right ahead.
Do one.
The first one is I want to go back to the conversation. I thought that was the topic, prior to the topic. We want children to read. We want them to increase their literacy skill and level. However, our children, first of all, we got to teach them how to sit still for a few minutes. It's the hardest thing getting children just to sit still. It has gotten to the point where now in my classroom, I allow my children to be a little bit more free. So if they want to stand the whole class, stand, long as you're not being disruptive. If you want to sit on the floor, sit on the floor. If you want to sit in the desk, sit in the desk. It's unfortunate that our children now are becoming more and more on the scale of ADHD or ADD. I don't know where these numbers are coming from, but you can't even get their mind to rest long enough for them to read.
Yeah, it's coming from the WHO, the World Health Organization, who's
Or
basically
them hot Cheetos, or them Takis.
No, I'm gonna tell you,
Or them tablets, and them iPads.
or dialysis centers. They set us up because they all know that Ritalin is one of the number one causes of kidney failure. And they project, they're like, damn, if we put these pills in them by the time they 9 years,
put them on the boys.
6 years, exactly, always on the
It's
boys.
always on the black boys.
Yeah, and they say by the time we get them at 9 or 8 years old, by the time they get 18, 19, their kidneys is in caution mode.
Renal failure, yeah.
And so when you do that, what you do, you produce a money pot. That money pot becomes real. You talk about $12,000 a day per child or per person, per week, per month, per year. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. And what was your second thing?
So, yes.
That's good,
So
Miss Carmen.
my second thing was about the topic. I'm not taking anything down from my house. That's almost like mimicking the 47. He wants to take everything down and erase, history. That's part of my history.
There you go.
And I feel like, we have photo albums for a reason. I know a lot of stuff is digital now, but I make it a point to go print out some pictures and stuff so that there are memories, that have been created. I think that when people get to a level of maturity, they don't concern themselves with, minor stuff like that. Now, if I get married, am I going to have my ex on the
pictures,
mantle.
No.
But he probably would come off the mantle and go into the photo album book.
Okay.
But I'm not getting rid of it.
There you go.
Okay, now that's respectful.
No.
I can go with that. Thank you,
I
Miss
get
Carmen.
that. I deleted mine, Miss Carmen, because I didn't want to see the individual ever on anything of mine. So, unfortunately, I wish I could.
Do you guys feel
take
like
them out my
not removing it off social media? Do you think that limits your chances for a future relationship?
No.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna leave it up just in case you act up.
There you go. So
I might have to circle
because
the
I've
block.
heard that, because for me personally, I haven't removed pictures from my past, and people have said that I didn't know if you were still currently dealing, what I'm saying? But I'm like, well, do you see anything being posted now? And they'll be like, no.
Look at the year, say 2016.
Yeah, but people still think that's the thing because it's on your page.
I will be very curious, to be honest.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I just recently, I'm not a long time Facebook user. I only joined Facebook when I got remarried because he was a cheating bastard, and that was a way for me to catch him. So the only pictures I had on their other ex was his. So I took his down, but if this ends now, would I take that one down? No.
So Jay, I got a question. Do you erase it? And anyone who's listening is not directed at you directly.
I don't give a damn.
We gonna speak. Okay, generally. Do you look at it like you don't want to see that person again because of the mistakes you made?
No.
Wait a minute. So you don't think you made any mistakes by choosing that person?
No.
Okay, so again, I think most people delete their stuff because they look at the mistakes that they made in their life, and they don't want to be reminded, because a lot of people, men and women, they repeat the same thing. So when people say, I got a preference, you got a preference until that person hurts you.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And then when that person preference, now you want to try another, and that's why a lot of black women wind up going over to white boys. Because he don't.
I told you the lighter the better. But like I said, his is the only one I've even taken out my.
Or soccer players.
His is the only one I've taken out my iCloud. Like his pictures are the only pictures that's ever been deleted. I have everybody else's pictures. His is the only one that's been deleted.
You, right?
No. Okay. I told you, I wish I could just erase the memory.
I said because it hurt.
Yeah,
it didn't hurt. It was a reason why he was there. The reason was fulfilled. After that, you know what he did hurt me. Okay. Because he made me lose my freaking house.
Okay.
So after that,
again,
it was right.
It's okay, because it could have been a form of resentment.
We all do.
But no, I was deleting the picture before I even found it. I just wanted to erase that memory, to be honest.
But we all, it's not erased because you're bringing it up now. So what I'm trying to say is people have to have a way. People have to have a way to understand who they are first.
I mean, again, it's a part of a memory. At that time, that's who you like. That's what it was. I keep it to remember, like, dang, I dodged a bullet. Or I think, like, dang, well, we look much better than this Negro. But, that's what I do.
My new one look way better than my old one.
I mean, because you gonna always know what they look like in your head.
I made a really good decision to walk away from this person. And I don't mind if they have theirs up, because I'm interested to see, like, what you used to date. It's like, ooh, this one used to talk so. And like I'm chucking out.
Do you feel like keeping the pictures help?
That's what you used to look at. Like that's how I feel.
I see that and look at that baby mama like, ooh.
When I look at the baby mama,
so listen,
hold on. Like, you needed me.
For real.
The problem is, and I tell anybody, and I tell anybody when it comes to the father or the mother of a child, I tell them not to judge the person on how they look, because their purpose wasn't to be together or their likeness. Their purpose was to create that child.
No.
So listen, hold on, wait a minute.
Carmen, that's good. That's good for you. That is really, really good. She's never left a relationship on a bad note.
Because
that's great.
What it says for me,
I cannot.
What it says for me is that you could have been at a bad place in your life, and this is what you like. No.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Brittany. No, you are absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Because when I look at your baby mama, okay, and I see what your baby mama looking like, and hear what you were saying about your baby mama, and it looks and adds up, you clearly was at a bad place in your life, and this was one of those things. And a lot of times, some of these babies was not made out of love.
No,
Yeah.
majority of them.
We need to really stop saying that shit.
Stop saying that.
Listen, majority of them was made. It wasn't about made out of love, but it was made. So sometimes, like my last child, Naveen, she saved my life.
I hear guys say that all the time.
Yeah.
No. I'm telling you the honest to God truth. Anybody will tell you I'm drinking a whole fifth of whiskey every day. I'm drinking a fifth of whiskey every day,
That's
guaranteed.
disgusting.
No, I mean, it might
But
be
you was
this,
at a bad place in your life.
but that's what I'm saying.
Not tequila,
Pretty like,
whiskey.
didn't we just say?
But I'm saying, you said don't look at the baby mama.
I was agreeing with you because sometimes you have to realize though a child would change your life and your perspective.
I can.
Oh yeah, we can agree with that.
And so the thing is, the vessel that it goes through has nothing to do
I got you with
with
that.
who you
I see
are.
experience.
I mean, listen,
It's who you were at that time. Yes, it does.
listen. The vessel shows me if you was with a boogaloo or not.
Boogaloo.
The hell?
Well,
And he would come mess my
boogaloo.
life
well,
up.
look, I ain't gonna lie, I have many bad ones. I may have some fine ones. Go ahead, call it. You're in the air.
Hey, what up, though? I'm calling back for the real topic now.
Hey, G.
Hey, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hey, no, I like what you said, Ma, because my daughter saved my life too, man.
There
I was
you
a
go.
wild
That's
boy.
real.
Yeah.
I was a wild boy, bro. And having my daughter, I couldn't see going to prison on her, and I couldn't see dying on her. You feel me?
That's real.
So, it was like, and I mean, and some of it was the fact. Some of it was the fact that, she wasn't a planned baby.
Yes.
And I knew at the time her mother wasn't capable. And if I would have left, then, maybe my daughter would have, she would have got with somebody who maybe would have mistreated my daughter or whatever the case might be. So, that shit woke me up,
Yeah.
Very true.
in a real way.
That's dope.
And I kind of got out the streets and everything. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And I saw some light at the end of the tunnel.
G,
But
get,
as far as
get off this phone before you make me cry.
Look, you hear me? I'm like, that's so
Hey,
good.
nigga, hey, I'm stopping because every time I talk about this, man, I get that lump in my throat, bro, because God knew what he was doing right there for me. God knew what I needed.
I'm still judging.
But as far as the pictures, man, I delete pictures, I delete pictures of exes. You know what I'm saying?
What? Say,
I
what
say,
All right, caller. Thank you for calling. We'll talk to you later. All right, then.
I said-
All right, then. Yeah, my man. All right.
Okay.
I said I delete the pictures of the exes, but you know what I'm saying? Just because, number one, I don't want it to be nothing because I know how a lot of females are when it comes to that.
Uh-oh.
And although it may be their own insecurity, I might feel a little insecure too if you got a bunch of pictures of a person that you supposedly
This
don't
general.
have no bond to or no more,
Keep it in general, G.
General. Yeah, it's just general.
I mean,
No, I'm speaking in general.
Yeah.
I'm speaking in general.
Thank
sure.
you. Thank
But,
you, G. Because she
No,
listening.
but also, I do know people who keep pictures of like when they were in their drug addiction to remind them
Damn, Jay, you ain't tell me about that part.
of where they were at, and to remind themselves, damn, I look bad. I don't never need to get back on this shit and go back there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do love
Very
the memories
true.
of pictures and stuff.
Yes.
And going back to my daughter, I didn't really start taking a lot of pictures until my daughter, when I realized like she was growing so fast, and I'm like, damn, I gotta start getting some pictures so I can remember these.
Since my daughter's 2 months, boy, I got pictures going all the way until she was almost like 12, guaranteed.
Yeah, but now I always try to take pictures with my kids, of my kids, all type of stuff. I love when they take selfies in the phone, when they might just have my phone and they take a selfie,
Yeah.
and then I don't even know they took it, and I go like, damn, this boy had my phone. Look at that handsome little cat.
Right.
But yeah, man.
That's so
But anyways,
real.
I'm gonna go ahead and get off and let somebody else call in.
Thank
Y'all
you,
have
G.
a great morning.
You too.
Thank you, G.
So, no, he almost had made me bust out like crying for real because the love.
Y'all gonna get off
Dorian,
that today.
you silly Dorian.
I've heard men say that having their child save their lives and things like that, and then when they move on a little further, they look back at who they had the child with, and they be like, "Yeah, I was in a bad place."
Yeah, I mean,
And they do, and then some of them are upset about who they chose or who they had their baby by because of the hell that the woman is giving them and bringing to them.
So I've been through hell by both of my children's mother, right? Mm-hmm. My heartache goes out to the first child I had, right? Mm-hmm. it's a shame at the age of 9 years old, Aaron, which is my firstborn, she understood what was going on with her mother mentally and me. You know what I mean? Because Aaron they stayed in a car for 2 years, 2.5 years. So Aaron picked up on things. When she finally came here, she seen how I was living. She's like, I don't want to leave. You know what I mean? It's not room for it makes sense, right? People don't understand California is the roughest, hardest place to deal with when you're dealing with lodging, housing, because a house is no bigger than this.
And it's extremely expensive.
Man, it's $1 million for nothing. Yeah. And so what I'm saying is that could I have a child by better women in my life? Of course. And I'm pretty sure they could have had a child by a better man for them in their life. I'm not knocking them on who they are. My whole thing was my children is who I am. You feel me? Because they come from me. So
what they got to do with the boogaloos you made have had them by?
Hold on, because the boogaloos don't matter because
it does.
Hold on.
Like that's the point that she's talking about.
Here's what I'm trying to tell you. When you find out the remedies of life and your sicknesses and your illness come from the most ugliest animals, you don't care where that come from, as long as you getting healed. And my child helped heal my life, and that's the problem with most people. Rhea, can you post a Rhea said something about some vessels, not the last one to be before, because I always got to say something about this, and I want men and women to stop this. She said the vessel absolutely matters. It doesn't, because some of these children would not be here if the vessel made a different choice. Like, hold on, so pause right there. The problem with most women is when a man said, listen, I don't want to have no child. I had no temperament to even try to raise a child, and you still have a child by that man. Then you press him to do something.
Well, here's the thing for me. Whoever you laying down with, that goes for both of y'all. It's on both of y'all parties. So y'all both need to be held accountable. And it does matter. And it is disrespectful because now you're bringing hell into everybody's life.
I'm about to say this. It's not about. It is about.
It is.
No, hold on.
That's why we're here today.
No, the vessel does matter, but the mentality of the vessel is more important.
All of it goes together.
Because what I've learned is this. I had my second child mother. She said she knew what happened. She said, "Oh, if I'm pregnant, we neither know because as soon as I know, you won't know." And so I'm like, "Okay, you sure?" She said, "Yes." So I ain't never check out. 5.5 months later, I get a phone call.
You know what I don't. You know,
yeah, call
hey, caller.
You know, let me say this. We are so quick to always blame the woman for the way that men operate.
I just said that. It's both of y'all responsibility.
It's absolutely both people's responsibility. And I hate that we always shuffle it off to...
I'm not blaming the woman.
I'm not talking about you.
Okay,
I'm just talking about in general.
Again, she's speaking generally.
Shut your ass up, Jay. Go ahead.
Generally.
Go ahead, Carmen.
I don't know your situation.
I thought you just heard me talk. Let's go ahead. Go ahead.
No. So I think that it's easy to shift the blame off of one person to the next because one person is a little bit more emotional and crash out probably more. But we don't ever get to see most of the times the way that men treat that woman or have been treating that woman behind closed doors because women are a little bit more tolerant. Women usually stay longer. Women usually have something inside them to say, you know what, I'm gonna give him another chance. Or he come and say, I'm sorry for the 100th time, and she take him back. You know, so you don't see him crashing out as much as you see women.
Crazy by
but women crash out in the worst way. And then that's what you see. But you don't see the abuse that she gets behind closed doors. Now, I'm not saying all women, because some of y'all women out there is crazy. Y'all loose cannons. You know, and we have to call a thing a thing.
Absolutely.
But I hate to hear discussions. That's a pet peeve of mine, where it seemed like, especially with women, where women blame other women. You don't know the hell that women go through. Just because you don't go through hell, don't mean that the majority of women don't.
Thank you for calling.
So we have to be sensitive to, different, individually, the situation that people are in, not collectively.
Absolutely.
I'm sure I'll be calling back. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you, Miss Carmen.
The bad part for me, the bad part is, one, a lot of these kids was born with parents who didn't even know each other, didn't even like each
And
other.
that's the truth.
A lot of these were one night stands, a lot of these were drunk occasions and things like that. And the unfortunate part is that a child was born
And the
from
kids,
it.
the kids have to suffer from it.
The children suffer.
That's the part
And
that
now comes
nobody
the
thinks
suffering.
about.
The
The kids are the ones that suffer.
The children
because
suffer the
the
most.
adults were being foolish in their responsibility.
Irresponsible.
And then now they want to put the child in the middle because they can't seem to get themselves together.
And the bad part, they got condoms for men and women.
Absolutely.
They do.
So for me, if I'm telling a woman I don't want any kids, I am going to overprotect myself to make sure that doesn't happen. If I'm telling a man I don't want to become pregnant, I am going to overprotect myself to make sure that doesn't happen.
Y'all shouldn't be having sex.
Adults,
That's my point. Like, you shouldn't be laying up with people you don't want to have children with.
adults, but I may not want children at that time. I may want a baby by you, but I may not want a
This
baby.
is why they say you
at
should be
that
married before
time.
you have sex.
You get what I'm saying?
Very true.
I understand that.
And
Now I
listen,
understand.
I don't care if you are married.
Why you don't-
I was married, and I did not want a baby at that time. So marriage has nothing to do with it.
Well-
You might not want a baby at that time.
I think it's the first time they say essentially don't lose your virginity until you're married, and I understand why.
I understand why. From
Oh, yeah, I
a man's
understand.
perspective.
Look
that.
at how much stuff and corrupted we are before we even reach our husbands and our wives, because we done dealt with heartbreak, we done dealt
Absolutely.
with this person, that person, this energy, that energy, and we not knowing what's going on. We thinking that it's us, whole time it's them. Nobody's communicating. People are ghosting. So
No,
it's like
I'm not.
essentially that's the real reality.
you wanna
of
know
it.
Yeah,
why?
but
But you
what
wanna
I'm
know
saying is
why
just
that's
because
been-
you're married, you still may not want a baby.
But you
What-
know why that's happening.
But don't get married.
Yeah,
Wait,
what
hold on,
age
hold
are you
on.
getting married?
Don't get married.
The
Then.
reason why that happened is because nobody truly understands
Yeah.
what sex is
yeah.
and how powerful
Yeah,
it is.
y'all
And
can have
nobody's
it.
been going around explaining it. They just been using it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
And that's
And that's why we're here today.
Carly, you in there?
Quick side note: why did this fool Rich just drop off my couch?
Who? Okay, well, thank God for a new
He's talking
coach.
about Richard.
Oh, Rich!
talking
Shout
about
out to
Richard.
Richard.
Listen, I'm breaking my
Yeah,
look. My
yeah,
dog
Because he
was-
dropped. So he works for FedEx.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked for FedEx. He just dropped me. I was like, man, I'm watching the show now. He's like,
Hey.
I was like, Jesus
what's up.
Christ, small world. But all right, let me get back on the subject. What was the subject about? Getting rid of pictures? Nah, listen.
Yeah, should you remove pictures from the past if you're in a serious relationship?
If it's in your fancy, like I say this much, I have never seen my wife's any of the dudes. I think I have occasionally. I think I actually been got food from them for real. It's a small world, but holding on to certain mementos, maybe that's a memento.
Yeah.
Sometimes some folks say, "Hey, I use it for for
A
the
reminder.
of what not to do." I don't need a reminder.
There you go.
Like I got. Listen, my life. A lot of the women, the pictures I got, we wasn't even in a relationship. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the ones that I was in relationships with, either they hate my guts,
Damn.
or-
Sinister ass laugh.
right, or we good on a different level because the relationship, like what's the name said, it didn't end bad, so we were cool. And so for those, I don't keep I don't go on Facebook saving their pictures and putting it in my phone, or I don't care about all of that. And then why would I have anything about somebody else in my house?
Very true. I got
That's disrespectful from the jump. And here's the thing: you would never even know, or see. You could be walking up the street and get slapped by somebody. You wouldn't even know that was the person that I was dealing with, because you would never have seen her through me. Why would I do anything like that? That to me that's just ego mixed with I guess you're trying to heal.
Yeah, that's another perspective to look at it from. It's from male perspective. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Thank you for
But
calling,
would you
Dorian.
want her to know though, Dorian,
Oh yeah,
for
Rich
safety
said what up, though.
purposes?
He said hello, y'all. That was just clutch. All right, y'all.
All right, then. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
I mean, I just think it's just, again, like most things.
So if you're
it's
talking
a
to the
preference.
microphone, they help you out.
Like most things, it's a preference. I'm right here at the microphone. Like most things, there's a preference. And my preference is just I don't. Again, I really, since I just joined Facebook, it's only 2 minutes in my Facebook pictures. You know what I'm saying? And if the person that I'm with, if something pops up that makes them uncomfortable, guess what? That picture don't mean that much to me. I'm going to delete it because I don't want the person that I'm with feeling uncomfortable. No matter my thought, it may be.
I wish I would be jealous of a fucking picture.
It may be it may be immature in my eyes, but the mere fact that it's making you uncomfortable, guess what? It ain't that serious. As Carmen said, I'm old school. I believe in picture albums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, do I have picture albums? Yes. Are they in my home? Absolutely not.
See, I don't care.
Because the person that I
So
live
they're
with
okay
my
to
person.
keep them, just not so that the other person can see them.
So I'm a person out there in the world like Miles. I've been to certain things, certain social events, certain places that, hey, boom, this picture, this person,
picture,
this that.
right.
Yeah, and I'm not throwing that away. I'm not throwing that away. But I can place it somewhere so that you, as my mate, will not feel disrespected by it.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this: if a man get jealous over a picture, leave him the fuck alone.
I mean, that's your preference.
No, I'm just being honest with you because here's what it is. On site, if a man is judging you by the man that you had a picture by, that says a lot about him and is also saying a lot about you. So I've learned this.
Okay.
No, I'm being honest with you.
Oh.
If a woman starts deleting my pictures, 9 times out of 10, I know some sorry ass dude that was like, "Oh, you fucked with him? You know him? You feel me?" So then she said, they'd call me like, "I know you seen I deleted your pictures." No. Yeah, because the dude would ask me about you, and that's my.
So do you feel like it's more so people don't delete them because they don't want to address?
I'm about to say this.
The affiliation.
No, and also unveil lies, because people have lied on a lot of people who they was affiliated with, and didn't tell the whole story.
That is true.
So I've been in plenty of rooms with people who wound up saying, "Man, I heard you was an asshole when it comes to." I said, "No."
Well, I have heard that.
Yeah, because because
The Me Too is crazy.
and the bad part of people saying who I'm an asshole is, then they ask the person, "Well, what you think it is?" And they be like, "Oh, that shit whack." It was like, in their head they're like, "Damn, Doc ain't say it was whack. He just said I needed to tweak a few
Exactly.
things." So the whole thing, most people hide things or discard things because they are responsible for telling the whole truth of the situation which they found it in. And I've learned that a whole lot of times.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I keep certain receipts for certain reasons, but again, a picture of me and this dude together. And again, I have photo albums, so it being deleted off of freaking social media, I don't care.
I know you don't.
No, I'm saying because I'm talking about me. I am not going to be bothered that he asked me to delete that off of social media.
So let's take this.
It makes him feel uncomfortable for whatever reason it is. It's going to get deleted. Again, I believe in photo albums, so I already have a hard copy. If that picture meant so much to me, I already have a hard copy of it. So what that is deleted off of freaking social media.
Well, I would say this: what was hidden in the dark will come to light. So in your photo book. So
whoa! I never said the photo album. They didn't know about the photo. I said the photo album. I would not disrespect them and have it in our home. Listen to my words.
You made it personal.
Listen to my exact words.
You made it personal.
I said I would not have the photo album in our home. I did not say my mate does not know about the photo album.
So wait a minute. So you won't have it in your house.
How is it in the dark?
Because you'll be hiding it.
hiding it.
Where else is it gonna be if it's not in your home?
Where all my important stuff is, and it's safe at my mama house.
My
That's
point
where all
is,
my photo albums are.
You shouldn't have said that.
Right. You just.
I mean, I don't like. It's again, they're not hidden.
The safe.
They're just not going to be in our home if it makes him feel uncomfortable.
My point is, if it makes him feel uncomfortable, it must be a reason. So if a young lady I was dating, her stepfather used to molest her, she introduced me to her during a family gathering on Thanksgiving, and she introducing him to like he's a regular person. When she said his name, I swooped my hands back. Because it's not, and then I said, why would you introduce me to him in front of his face? Because my whole thing, I know what you done. I'm letting him know that I know what you done to her. So the reason why she go through this is because of you. And I'm not going. And so I asked her why she introduced me. She said, "Well, we was in his house."
Yeah.
I said, "Why was we even in his?"
I have a question though, and I don't mean to be like that, but do you feel like that was your place to say something since she said it to you out of confidentiality?
No, because she said it on numerous times. She made the whole company
to
out of
you though.
No, to the whole world. She made a whole company based on her molestation of going through what she went through.
But
so,
she said the person's name in
well,
everything
that's
she
different
did.
because I know some people don't.
So what she's saying to you is she told you his name in confidence.
You don't have to know. You don't have to defend her. Bottom line, she said her stepfather.
It's not defending her. It's getting you to understand.
I understand very well.
Okay, so
first of all, she said her stepfather. You don't need no name when she say stepfather.
That's what I was asking. Did she give?
Yeah, she said her cousin, her stepfather, and somebody else. So, so my whole thing is this. In life, as we go, we have to learn how to grow. I'm not part of old school or new school. I'm just part of God's school. I'm a constantly learn. I have no, because you're a Dixon, definitely because of that.
You said you're a part of God's school?
I'm part of God's school.
So you was judging?
No. God don't judge. God is what it is what it was.
Right, but you was just judging.
No, I was judging.
You just said, why would you introduce me to him? Why was we
There's
even
no
in
reason
his
for
house?
a grown man to stick his dick in a young girl's mouth.
Again, you were judging. You said you were a part of God's school. If y'all gonna use it all. Don't use what applies just to you.
So
God says
that don't
you're
have
not supposed to judge.
Don't ever
I'm
say
just
that.
telling you, but go ahead.
Don't say that. Don't ever say that.
That's what God said.
When it comes to children and elderly, yes, you can.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
I didn't see the but in the Bible. But
well, you
ahead.
don't even read the Bible.
I have read the Bible. Don't do that.
Don't go there. If you talking about, if you don't, God take care of children and elderly. Bottom line. So when she did that,
picking and choosing.
So yeah, that's what you do.
Okay, Kel, that's an interesting point. I just wanted to know because, like I said, is it the mate or the guy's responsibility to protect something that happened in the past that didn't have anything to do with him?
I'm trying to protect her mentality.
Yeah, and that's what Cal was saying.
So yeah, so while she's in this house, we all walk around on pins and needles.
But then he's still not saying he's right. I'm not validating it, but he is still her uncle.
But her
stepdad.
For her to still go over there,
because her mother lived there.
Yeah, exactly. So how she gonna see her mom? You know.
Well, she goes see her mother. Leave me at the crib.
Hey.
Hi. I ain't gonna say my name because I'm gonna comment on something sensitive.
Okay.
So I ain't gonna say my name.
Can I say your name?
Well, we know
you
but
cannot.
you don't have to say her name.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, but the world don't. Y'all do. That's it.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it.
That's what I said. We don't know who it is.
Right, Miles. What you did was dope, and the reason being is because Black women are not protected. And my birth mom, when I moved from my birth mom, I went through that. And coming from being raised by my dad, it threw me through a loop because I thought men were protectors, and I had to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And I remember getting married and telling my mate at the time, everything I went through, because my mom was still with the dude or whatever. And when we went over there, I'm like, I don't go in. I just come pull up, see my mom, and she always used to come to the porch.
Yeah.
He went in. And then, to this day, they're cool. And I never understood, you didn't protect me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like what you did was a way of protecting her and letting her know, I got you.
Got you.
And sometimes we need that as Black women. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, with the pictures, if you ain't got no kid with that person, take them pictures down. That's why bring that memory up. Go tuck them pictures away in a photo booth or something. A photo album, and tuck them away. It shouldn't be posted up on your house.
Yeah,
That's my opinion. But all right,
that's
y'all.
fair. All right,
Thank
then.
you.
Thank you for that. If you don't have no kids with them, take them down.
Yeah.
Because some of the memories.
Shoot, if you got kids, what we can take them down.
Wait a minute, but
I ain't gonna lie, Brittany. I really do not. I don't like seeing pictures of you holding a person who if you have told me that this person has treated you so horrible, disrespected you to the utmost, why in the hell am I looking at a picture on your social media of you holding this person? Why would you not want to delete that? That's my thought process. But I'm not asking you to delete it. I'm in my head. I'm judging. But why the hell is it not deleted?
Yeah. But the only thing
it ain't gonna come out my mouth. That's your social media. Do what you do.
The only thing is though, you only heard it's always three sides of the story.
Yeah, for sure you right on the truth.
Okay, for sure you right.
Well, the unfortunate part with these baby mamas, I didn't heard theirs too. But go ahead.
Yeah. But did you find the understanding?
I didn't need to understand.
No, that's okay. Now
as I said, let's move forward. I didn't need to understand.
So because that's what I said. There's always one person, the other person's side, and then there's the truth, which brings understanding.
You said, did you meet the understanding?
Yeah.
As to what?
Like take for instance, if someone says, like my first daughter mother, she says, my daughter is actually the person who brought it out. When my daughter was 2, she like, sleep well.
Please don't do the word voice.
Cal, and that's my thing right there.
Wait a minute, hold on, let me finish.
My daughter had asked, my daughter wanted me to be there when I wake up in the morning.
Okay.
So my daughter was asking me, why not stay? You know, because she don't know that me and her mother's not together like that, right?
Okay, I got that part.
So that made me recognize that this 2-year-old child understand my purpose.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So my girlfriend was like, here's some condoms, just in case anything was to happen. You be there when your child wakes up. And the first time I did
right, Dorian.
Okay.
Dorian don't have no children.
So what you're saying is your girlfriend at the time have found the understanding as to the baby mother and the child and you.
Yes.
So she said that it was okay for you to stay at the house because of your child. Okay, no, this relationship is over.
Yeah.
I just want to know what the hell I got to do with a picture.
Well, yeah.
I don't need to understand that.
But
I wasn't talking about this.
Because
that's tricky.
That's tricky. You're trying to bring the understanding.
It depends on what the occasion. If it's a holiday,
no, there's no way.
Wait a minute. So
this relationship is over.
Wait a minute.
Over.
Okay. Well, I mean,
because you said bring the understanding. That's something that I don't want to understand.
My daughter made me understand the purpose of me being there with her. She didn't say stay with us. She said, I want to see you in the morning.
I got that part.
We got that part.
Yeah, I got that. But what I'm saying is,
we got that part.
Because you just said find the understanding.
Yeah,
right?
but when in conversation, so you ain't let me finish. In the conversation, that somebody was, if I was to tell my side, she'd tell her side, right? Mm-hmm. Then the person would start to say, "Oh, I get it now." Somebody would say, "I understand," and that don't mean they have to agree, but they understand.
I said that. I said that I understand it.
Okay, it's a Dixon on the line.
We made way, Mr. Dixon. Good morning.
What up, Doug?
Hey, I'm on the side of the Dixon. Listen, however it goes, we're supposed to be protected. No, but listen, as a man, you're supposed to be protected first of all, right? And then if there's some kind of something going on mentally with you that happened to you, I'm still supposed to protect your spirit.
Thank you.
Yes.
Because you're gonna be, if you with me, I gotta protect you in all ways because I love you, and that's an action. So whatever that takes, that's what I'm gonna do.
Very true.
Okay, so Mr. Dixon, no one was disagreeing to that at all. But do you keep
no, you were saying judgment. You got me. You saying I was judging.
Judgment is something. This is what I don't like about people who quote things from the Bible. I never quoted nothing. You have definitely. You did say something from the Bible.
Not in this conversation.
You did, Miles, and that's when I said, but you're judging.
When I brought up
when you go back, you can listen.
When I said children, the elderly people. Go ahead.
Let's be respectful because Dixon basically.
My thing is,
with what you said.
Any judgment is against. You're not supposed to judge people. Period.
You crazy.
Right, wrong, and different. The Bible says, "Do not judge," or it says some stuff about you're not supposed to judge. I don't know the exact words, but you're not supposed to judge. That's in the Bible.
Okay, you're not supposed to judge, but you have to be aware. You got to be aware of somebody's being, like the way they operate.
Oh, right? Absolutely. So I said, so were you judging?
Child molestation.
He said,
fuck yeah.
Yes.
So no. To me, I ain't trying to be funny, but them some rough relationships when a woman been molested.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
Them some rough relationships. And I asked that question up front because when I was 19, I liked this girl a lot. And she had been molested, and I couldn't handle that mentally.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's something I couldn't handle because the person that molested her was still walking around.
Yeah.
Mr. Dixon, I have a question. Did you see any?
Oh, he's Mr. Dixon, but I'm
he's serious. He's serious.
Okay.
Did you?
I'm serious.
Did you?
Go ahead, Jay.
Did you see any signs with the 19-year-old girl that you were dating at the time, or did you pick up on any cues, or was it until you had a conversation that you found out like what she was carrying?
It was some cues. It was like trust issues. Okay. Number one. Right.
Okay.
That vulnerable side, right? It was like, these things has happened to me, and it's always these things happen to me. Then we can't get move forward past to something else, right?
Yeah.
And I can't manage your pain like that.
Yeah.
Right. So I can't manage your pain. What I can do is I can grow through the pain with you.
Yeah.
Right. I can do that. Yeah. But I can't. If we move, if we gonna move, we gonna do something the way we operate, and we can't make every time something happens or something's not going right or whatever. You don't know what I'm going through. You haven't been through this, and this, right?
Got it. Okay.
And thank God I haven't. We should all be happy that I ain't been touched.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because then we be two fucked up motherfuckers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say people who've been molested hasn't gone through their healing. You feel me?
Right. Right.
But you got to remember, they can go through healing, but oftentimes that healing that they go through is temporarily, because when they start thinking about it or they get something that triggers them, you start all over again.
Yeah.
God, dog.
So we can get triggered a lot through a lot of things, but I don't necessarily think it's starting all over again. It's just we were triggered. And
I'm gonna say it's because it's up to that person. You start all over again because sometimes it sets them back. It's like smoking crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't agree with that.
For real, because all these things are emotion, right?
Yeah.
If you get molested, you've been violated, that's emotion. If you might burglarize your house, you violated, that's an emotion. You smoke drugs to get you over whatever you're going through, that's emotion.
Very true.
Yeah.
And that's something that we all have, right?
Yeah.
And it's up to me, like I said, if I see a woman and I like, it don't matter about what she look like. It's about what she's communicating about, right? How she's talking, how she's handling me. Because I ain't no ugly dude, so I already know the deal.
Funny looking, but not ugly, right? Go ahead.
We can have a how you want to place it. But at the end of the day, what I understand as I've gotten older and more mature, I'd rather have somebody that wants to grow with me. And I'm gonna grow with them, and I'm gonna ask them certain things that's going on in their life, and it's up to me to want to, connect myself with that type of growth that they're going through.
For sure.
And same thing with me, because they might not be a community person. I know some women be like, man, fuck that community shit.
Yeah, we moving to Bloomfield.
So they want you home, Justin. They don't want you out working.
Wounds can definitely reopen doors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling, Jason.
Thank you.
Oh, well, they always cut me up. Bye, y'all be cool. I've been put out of better places.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right.
Peace. Jason got so much knowledge on him. I think people don't know the wealth of knowledge that he has. And I appreciate his wealth. Call you on there.
Okay, I just want to say another thing.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
One, the Bible says that wounds of a friend can be trusted. So your friends should be able to not just judge you, but your actions. And you should be able to trust that, what I'm saying?
Is that Psalms or Proverbs?
Corrective
Google it.
direction is good for our souls.
She a Buddhist.
Is that Psalms or
Why do you keep bringing up me being a Buddhist? I don't like that, because you make it seem like I don't know God at all. Don't do that.
You just don't know
the Bible does tell us, and I charge your judges at the time, saying, hear the causes between your brother and judge righteously between every man and his brother. So the Bible says that we can judge, but we are to judge righteously. it also tells us that open thy mouth in Proverbs and judge righteously and plead the cause. In Deuteronomy, it tells us, and I charge your judges at the time, saying, hear the causes between your brother. So the Bible does tell us that we are to judge, and we are to judge righteously.
Okay,
so
Carmen.
I don't want us to think that, you know, most people don't want to be judged because they don't have no intent on wanting to become better.
Yes, very true.
So it gives them an excuse to stay where they are and not, you know, not come up higher in their thinking, their actions, or whatever it is.
Judging at that time meant accountability.
So, Carmen, the Matthew 7:1, what do you believe that's saying?
It's telling us to not judge in a condemnation intent where we don't leave any room for correction. So you can judge somebody, but it's not like, oh, you know, like, I don't even know a judge. Oh, you smoke cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? And you make it where that person don't want to, you know, to change or be forgiven. But the Bible tells us to judge righteously.
So basically she's saying don't hold people in condemnation. It's basically for correction, not
because there's no condemnation in Christ.
Don't try to judge them as God.
So don't try to judge someone to condemn them, but the judgment is to bring forth the correction.
Exactly.
Okay.
Praise him.
Because the way that my pastor has always said it, and it says it exactly what he says: "Judge not, lest ye be judged." And what he was saying on that is, you shouldn't be pointing the fingers at others until you are totally, fully have criticized all your own flaws. And since most of us have not sat back and criticized.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Since most of us have not yet sat back and criticized all of our flaws, this is why you should not judge. That's how it was always taught to me. So that's why I asked you, what did you believe that passage said? Because in my upbringing in the church, that's what was taught to us. You do not judge because you more than likely have not sat back and judged all your flaws. So how dare you then judge someone else?
Yeah, I think that come from a different scripture. That come from the scripture of Jesus
But I want people to understand, but since we're throwing this out here, I want people to understand there are two types of the way that you read the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You read the Bible
prayerfully
by the Spirit and by the law.
Yeah.
And most pastors, because they want a level of control over you, they preach and they teach by the law of the word. You know, the Bible says, don't judge. But by the Spirit of it means, you know, I'm judging you, but I'm judging you in a sense of righteously, you know what I'm saying, to bring you up higher. You know, I'm calling that thing out so that it can be that as though it wasn't, but as it should be. So when you read the Bible, you either reading it to the letter of the law, which brings condemnation,
and the letter
or you reading it on the Spirit, which brings change and grace.
Revelation.
You know, we are in a new covenant, and there's grace.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that.
Well,
all right, bye-bye.
Thank you. But that was good though.
I learned the Bible. You read it prayerfully and carefully
because you ask for the spirit of revelation.
Exactly.
The actual
no, but
spirit.
I can
you
see
have
that.
to read it with revelation.
Yeah, because Britta tell me something and she'll give it to me for me to understand it, but she'll give me the other side, or like the elevated part of it. Like, hey, I'm not judging you for anything that you're saying or doing or thinking right now, but look at it from this perspective, or think about it from here, or and I'll be like, and at the time, sometimes I don't want to hear it. I may have to call her back.
Remember,
you know what I'm saying?
Perspective is everything.
Sometimes
perspective
I have to call her
everything.
back, but I can respect her because she doesn't necessarily judge. She more so tries to teach or try to help me see things from a different perspective.
And that's one of my things, right? I was told some years ago that they like, okay, what you're saying sounds judgy. And unless you have sat back and dealt, like I said, with all of your flaws, you shouldn't do that. And I said, you know what? I can recall being said that, you know, during the pastor and my elders, and I'm like, I've understood that, and I try not to come off as I'm judging, and I'm starting to catch myself when I feel like I am judging someone.
Right.
And when I hear others doing it, I can't always catch myself. Clearly, sometimes you can't catch yourself, but you can catch others. When I hear others doing it, I can see how people look at me when I sound like that. It sounds very judgmental. Well, it does not sound like you are trying to do it from a righteous way. You're sounding judgmental, and yet you have how many flaws as well. Well, and that's me trying to become a better me. I'm trying to stop sounding judgmental to people.
The reason,
and this is why I now start with, this is my belief. Doesn't have to be yours, and I'm not saying yours is wrong and mine is right. This is what I believe.
Yeah,
and that's it.
So when I hear pastors be judged, will say something like that, they are judgmental because the first thing they talk about is homosexuality, and they got a homosexual in the choir. A lot of things they say women shouldn't be like this, but they messing with the first young hot thing in the front row when they single. Tough. I mean, so here's the thing: I don't go by what man say, I go what man do, and understanding that I seen the destruction of manipulation when it comes to men and women in church on both ends. The reason why I swiped my hand away from that man, because he caused a lady who I believe at that time that I loved harm without him even touching her anymore 12 years later, 13 years later. So I knew that bring harm to her. I know that bring her integrity down. I know that bring her consciousness down. I know that make her unacceptable to some things I say. One thing about when a man does to a woman is different from what a woman does to a man. Some women don't like to be touched, don't like their wrists held tight, don't like their throat touched, don't like their hair pulled, don't put your hand on my head because it remind me of this. The things that we have to go through to understand each other is incredible, and we don't need no pictures getting in our way of our progress or our love.
That was great. Way to bring it back.
But that'd be the whole problem when people put shit in the way on purpose just so they can say, "Well, you still got that bitch up." You be like, "Huh?" So I
think it matters of time.
Yeah,
time something from 10 years ago. I'm not about to trip about it.
Thank you, but it was something like time.
Now, if it was something for 2 years ago,
2 weeks ago, now that's different.
No.
So, but I do.
Did you see what Dorian said?
No, we don't listen to Dorian around here. What did Dorian say?
It says we swim in the ocean of emotions anyway. Every wave is different in strength and purpose.
Very true. Because every wave causes you to swim in or take different position in your destination on where you're going.
I really, really like that.
But a man has to understand. If I see a woman, she has some pictures in her ex dude, and it's been 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
I think time matters.
I'm not worried about that, but however, if she's starting to bring that dude name up. And then, well, George never done nothing like that. You be like,
well, no, I think that's disrespectful.
Would you ask about George?
Oh no, so I'm gonna know about George before George can come to me and tell me anything.
You see what I'm saying? So in a sense, she would have to tell you, right?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why you need to know about exes?
No, because
they don't want to be in the same room with them, which I don't understand.
I'm not worried about being in the same room.
I don't want to be in the same room with your baby mama.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Because that's another ex.
This is not a tit for tat thing. This is simply.
But that's a real thing. I don't.
Hold on.
And you're not wrong for that.
And I feel that way.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
It's not her being right or wrong, but when God give you the man or the person that you need to be with, whether it's baby mama there or whoever's there, you still need to be his wife.
Here's why is she here?
Wait a minute. No, because they got mutual friends.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Listen, Brittany. I ain't
gonna be able to finish one, fella. So y'all can always inbox me because I'm not gonna be able to finish on this now because Jake's reasons
multiple ones, right?
That's the problem.
And it is, and I can tell you. That is nothing that I was wanting.
But you got multiple.
There's nothing that I was Who got multiple?
Don't you have multiple?
Multiple what?
Children father.
Just one.
She has one.
No, I'm asking. I asked you a question. She was married twice.
Yeah.
So how many children do you have?
Both of her daughters came from the first one.
Thank you, girl.
So
but you only had 2 daughters.
No, but she got 2 husbands.
No, she has 2 children, 2 daughters.
Damn. I mean, y'all not listening. Y'all not listening.
So Miles is right, but I hate that he even said it. Do I have more than one man that I've had children by? Absolutely.
Oh, see, I didn't know
my
that.
first set of twins was by somebody else, and that was when I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't raise them.
So
that's different.
I still do have 2 children's father, but I
Miles,
didn't raise the first 2.
What I don't like about you, because not you, just people that think like you, what you just said about that whole they have a child together and about whatever. You just said that if you're with your woman, you want to protect her mental and all this other stuff. So if she's a woman and that's something, this is your woman and that's something she doesn't like,
but that's a different story.
then you can't be upset if that's how she feels.
But that's a different story. But I cannot get upset whoever been invited to the party.
Why are they here?
Because see, look at
Listen, let me tell you something.
Together no more.
I'm not even gonna lie. If mine give himself a birthday party, right? It's his birthday party. 100%, he should have there.
I'm just talking, by the way.
He wants to celebrate him.
It's just for the cameras. It's just for the cameras.
However, I would not appreciate if there are exes there.
Yes.
A baby mama is an ex. I don't get.
And that's what I just said.
This is not your children's event.
Exactly.
This is a grown person's event.
Exactly.
So for her to be here,
she shouldn't.
That for me,
she shouldn't be
would
here.
be so disrespectful to me.
She shouldn't
that's
be
probably
here.
the only evil side of you.
And let me tell you why.
She shouldn't be here.
My ex-husband, had his son's mother been there, had no problem with it. You want to know why? Because when I met this man, he didn't have all these malicious things to say about this young lady. He did nothing but big her up. It wasn't, she did it. None of that. So because they were still friends without any malicious BS in between it was easy for me and her to be cool. For her to come to a party. When he had his heart attack, guess who I called?
Ghostbusters.
Because she knows his people way more than me. At that time, when I came in his life, he was no longer dealing with his people. She knew him since they was kids. She knows where grandma died from, mama. Yeah, I had to call her, right? Who I'm with now.
So you have to be the bigger person to make the call.
You always have to be the bigger person.
Now,
I
would if he had any of them at a party of his, it's gonna be a problem.
So
it's going to be a problem because at the end of the day, when we got together, y'all wasn't friends. There was no "how you doing?" There was no hugs. It was nothing but pure BS.
But so can I ask you a question?
Yeah, no.
So I can ask you a question, Jay. Since we're talking about you, how about if you're the person?
I'm not all in the family.
So how about if you the person that brought him peace to where? Wait a minute. You're the person who brought him peace to where he realized like none of them. Excuse me for my language. None of them bitches even make a difference in his life, and so they can be cordial now. So listen, what I'm trying to tell people: nobody get mad at the things. They never get mad at the situation. They get mad at the person. The whole thing is you don't realize how much he means to you. So you encompass this thing of cut her off. Why she even talking? Blah, blah, blah. And the truth is, you the one who gave him the peace and made him realize he should not be that man. He should not be that awful man. Because when men hate, men hate. And so when that man gets that hate in his heart, you cannot get mad on how he distributes the hate.
Absolutely.
Because once he begins hate becomes a like the Hulk. It's just generative. It just keeps generating. And then how he distributes it is based upon his foundation.
I absolutely agree with that.
So if you're his peace, if you his calm with a storm, and that man had hate for the women, but you made him realize that they don't mean nothing. Because I got this peace. It should not mean nothing to you.
Did you not hear what I said in the beginning? This is his birthday party.
I heard what you said. Okay.
He has.
Why are they there?
He is inviting people who is here to celebrate him and who means something to his life. Listen to what I just said. So now if I've given you the peace that now you can be cordial with them, I still wouldn't understand why they are at this celebration. I understand the peace that I brought you, and I understand that made you now not look at them as bees, not call them bees when y'all see each other. Y'all can be cordial when you see each other. I love that. But again, why are they at this event.
Well, I can show you this one thing
because that's the part I wouldn't understand. It ain't been enough time in the past.
You can't tell another person how much time it is. So what
I can't when this. Miles, you're not listening, but I can see the women faces. Y'all get what I'm saying. So okay.
I mean, I just feel like
y'all get
it doesn't have anything to do with if it doesn't have anything to do with children or what's going on with kids and stuff like that.
Another person should not be involved in.
I don't understand why. If kids are involved, I get it. But if the kids are not involved and this has nothing to do with kids, I don't understand why the exes have to be around.
Well, I'm gonna show you what happens, and I'm gonna tell you. That's good. I'm gonna show you what happens when a woman starts to grow. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. She accepted what I done to her too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it ain't just a one-way street. We accepted what I done to her. Mm-hmm. Now she is involved with a man who's in my circle, not immediate, but he's cordially invited to everything that we've been doing for thus far, and he just come to events that I throw. Mm-hmm. And she so happened to be with him because that's his lady. Mm-hmm. I've been in situations my exes wound up being other niggas' wives. Mm-hmm. And I never once opened my mouth or gave them information like, yeah, I fucked her dog. You shouldn't even be wifing her. I ain't never said no whole shit like that. So I wouldn't do nothing like this. But what I will say is that when a man been involved with heartache and stuff like that, a woman has been in heartache too.
Yeah.
So she then find a man who she can find peace within. Mm-hmm. And that man who's peaceful knows me. And she brings him because that's his wife now. And she comes, and just because
that's something different. No. For me, that would be completely different. This is his boy who just so happens to be married to the woman that you had children by.
You shouldn't be there.
I'm telling you, for me,
I would gladly remove myself.
That's different. However, we're talking about you.
I ain't talking about the single hoochie mama that's coming to your birthday party now.
For 8 years, it's been nothing but hell, and it's only been a month of understanding, and then month 2, now you're invited to a birthday party. No, that would not be okay with me. It absolutely would not. It has not been enough time of the
this what I'm learning.
Kumbaya.
Wait a minute. But this what I'm learning about to be kumbaya. Kumbaya is bullshit. This is something
what I mean is,
so what I'm saying is this:
drama.
What brings you water can make you live, and water can drown you.
Absolutely.
Caller, you on the air.
I promise this is my last time.
Miss Carter,
I'm folding clothes. No, listen. I'm folding clothes, so it's easy for me to call.
Okay.
So let me say this, and let me hear what y'all have to say about this. Me and my children's father have been broken up forever. Mm-hmm. Last year, Grandma Carter passed. That was his mother's mother. Mm-hmm. But when she passed, I got a call to come to the hospital. Right. When I got there, he was there with his girlfriend. But we went into the room to say our goodbyes before they removed her out the room. Mm-hmm. So it was me, him, and our children. And then, like his sister and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Well, of course, it was time to plan the funeral. They asked me to do a lot of stuff. Now, he has a girlfriend, whoever he's dating. But when it came time for the funeral and stuff like that, when you know how they play the pictures and stuff like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one made it to the rotation.
Right.
Were y'all married?
Yes.
We were never married.
Oh, but the children.
So how long were y'all
together? But she considered me
together.
The children 33.
No, I'm just saying. How long were you with them?
We were together forever.
Okay.
So the girlfriend, we obviously don't know nothing about her, but she's just a girlfriend.
But he had been married in the past. Mm-hmm. She wasn't in the family photos. She didn't. She didn't come. I don't know if she didn't come or she didn't want to come or she didn't get invited. But even with the repast, I was there. She wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So and I know my children are grown. They're in their 30s, both of them. So they could have easily not invited me or or put me up in the family photos and stuff like that. But Grandma Carter loved me.
Well, and another thing though, you planted. So here's the thing.
Well, that was Grandma Carter.
Well, it's Grandma Carter, but it's another.
I can't. But
that's the grandma. Right. It's Grandma Carter, mm-hmm. and
it's obviously the great grandmother
at that. But obviously, there was a certain amount of respect that they had for you as in the family and how they viewed you and looked at you as in the family. I'm like, if I was the girlfriend,
I think it's the same.
If I was the girlfriend, I probably would have taken a step back. And I wouldn't have been involved when it came to that. So that's more so what I'm referencing.
That's what she referencing.
I'm not. I'm referencing.
But I think it's the same because the family still have respect for the exes.
Yeah,
it's unfair that you limit who they invite to their functions.
Carmen,
now, if you as a girlfriend is uncomfortable, then you keep your ass at home.
Carmen,
I did just say that, but I also said only if the children are involved, I can understand because the children have to be involved, and that's what I'm saying.
Because
but
if your children wasn't a part of their life, they wouldn't have been there.
But some people would say, "Well, your kids are grown; they're in their 30s when they're, you know what I'm saying. So why are they calling her to the hospital? Why?" You know what I'm saying? But family is family. We gonna always be family. And I still call his sister my sister.
Carmen, and I understand that. But his family don't even deal with these chicks at all. So for me, what you're saying, the picture you're painting, we can't help but to understand that. But that wasn't the picture that I was painting. The family doesn't deal with these chicks.
We can't paint the same picture.
You get what I'm saying, Carmen? So
yes. But that's what I'm saying. I'm just friends with my exes, and I'm friends with their family, and we don't have no bad ills.
That's great.
But Miss Carmen, let me say this to you. Miss Carmen, let me say this to you. No one can paint the same picture with different brushes, and plus we have to understand this. And you could correct me if I'm wrong. Did you give that lady her first great grandchildren?
No, he has older siblings.
But is he the oldest grandchild?
But now to be honest,
I said, is he the
out of all the people, out of all of her children and her grandchildren who had children, me and my children are the only ones that ever, that continue to check on her, stop by, that acknowledge her birthday,
exactly.
Holidays.
It's a different side to every story.
She had a special place for me and my children because she would say, "Don't nobody bring the kids by but you."
So that's basically the difference that was made there. So that's basically what we're saying.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Because some exes just want to come around so they can be nosy,
so they can just be around.
Yeah, so they can be around.
I'm not talking about those people.
Those are the ones that I am talking about.
Right, but
you don't need to be here.
Yeah, but again, that's what I'm saying. They do not need to be.
You do not need to be
here. If they cause confusion.
My dude's mom and dad are divorced. He has been remarried for decades, and them two are best freaking friends. If somebody passes on his father's side, absolutely, she is going to be the person that they are going to call to need to organize stuff, and she is going to be front line right there for not only him but her children as well. That's completely different than y'all have a very toxic relationship for the majority of your relationship with this man. These people were very toxic, and only a month has passed of people not being toxic. There's no need for this person to show up at an event that has nothing to do with the children. That's what I'm saying. Nothing at all to do with the children. There's no need for you to be here. Okay. Again, you're only 1 month from being non-toxic. I don't know how you're about to behave because history has shown that you've cut up all these years I've known you, other than 1 month. There's no need for her to be there. So, you see what I'm saying, Miss Carmen? It's a difference.
Well,
okay.
So no, we can't be all together on that.
No, but okay. All right, then, thank you for coming. Thank you for calling. Hey, y'all, we about to get out of here. Thank y'all for watching the Rise and Grind Morning Show today on podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jay Cherise. Thank you, Brittany Chanel. Thank you, Shannon Shan, on the ones who's bringing us to you. This is what we do. Today is Monday. Y'all have a good one.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to be hot this week. 82, 84. Let's get it.
That's good.
I don't know where you see that at.
Yeah, because I didn't see it. That's like, that's good.
Yeah.
Morning show at 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday, great conversation, guest appearances, 'cause you